Yeah. 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 Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Had a little glitch in the matrix. That happens sometimes with technology. The battery on the computer on the laptop had gave out and I had to replug it. Anyway, greetings. Welcome to the New World Sounds Show. I'm your host, Mike the Millionaire. And today we're going to have a very special show. And we're going to be joined with someone that's very special and dear to me. Okay. And it's going to be with a former Capitol Records artist. Okay. Who won the Apollo Theater 4 times in a row. Okay. And this is not the Apollo Theater that you all watched on television back in the 90s. This was the old Apollo Theater You know, this is not the one where, you know, the Sandman comes out and, you know, he does his little dance if you're not performing well and things of that nature. This was back in the days where if you didn't really bring it, according to Pops, okay, he told me some gruesome stories that if you didn't really bring it and you got up there and said that you can sing, they would take oranges, bricks, rocks, anything that they could find that they could throw and hurt you with, they would throw it at you and get you off of that stage before the Sandman could come out and do his little dance. Okay? That's how tough the crowd was back then. Okay? And he won that 4 times in a row. Okay? And one of the contestants that was competing against him that he actually beat in the contest in the show was none other than the late and great fabulous singer Luther Vandross. So this is to give you an idea. This is just an introduction to the level of vocal expertise that we are about to present to you right now. Blase Michael Lizzmore, otherwise known as my Pops. Hey, hey, hey.
What's up? What an intro. Oh my goodness. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right, all right. So, man, it's a pleasure. It's about time.
Amazing.
This is long overdue.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I know that it was your wish to, before we start the panel discussion, to show the video, the raw footage of the documentary, the Jackie Wilson Project documentary. So what, is that still your wish?
Are we showing the documentary, or are we showing the interview
Well,
that you and I did?
that is part of the documentary, but it's, you know, the documentary is not completed, so we're showing them the raw footage from that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we have other guests that are waiting backstage that will be part of the panel discussion. And these are distinguished guests in and of themselves. It's a surprise. So those of you who may be watching in YouTube land, I will say that do not touch that dial because they are some very distinguished guests in and of themselves. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to put Pops backstage. Actually, you can talk while I hold the video up.
Okay.
So tell them a little bit about yourself as I pull up the video.
Okay. I am Blase Michael Lizzmore, former Capitol Records recording artist, one of the first true soul singers on Capitol Records. I was born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida. Came to New York when I was 17 years old. One-way ticket to Kennedy Airport. Once my plane landed, I went straight to the Port Authority bus station, put my luggage in a locker, got on the A train, and went straight to the Apollo Theater. I stood under the marquee and in my mind, I had already been there 1,000 times, so I was right at home. I didn't feel like a fish out of water or anything, and started to see people and so different celebrities coming out of there and walking up and down the block, and Cadillacs and pulling up, and pimps, and night people were coming by, getting out of cars, um, and so my dream was to um, enter the Wednesday night amateur show, and
Well, don't give him too much. Don't give him too much.
okay.
We want to tease him. So what I'm gonna do is get the video going.
Okay.
Otherwise, people will leave and say, "Oh yeah, I heard it all."
Yeah,
So,
time to go. That's enough.
yeah. So the video clip is about 16 minutes long.
Okay.
So let's see. Let me share the screen here. Present.
Do you know if Bobby got in? Oh, okay. No.
Let's see here. Window. You can talk. Do I know if he got in?
Yeah.
No, remember, well, I'm not gonna say
Okay.
the
Okay.
name because
Right.
then they'll know who else is gonna
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
panel.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That's
that person said they were gonna have him on the
Oh yeah. Right. Right. Right.
on the
Okay.
phone.
So I
So
wonder if that was successful. But we'll see.
yeah. Okay, so let me see here. Share. Okay, let me see.
Technical stuff. Oh, man.
Okay, so I'm gonna put you backstage with everybody else.
Okay.
You may not be able to communicate between each other, but we're gonna play the video.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put you backstage now.
All right.
Was that audible? Hold on. Was that audible? Did you hear anything playing on that video?
I did not.
Did not. Okay.
No sound.
All right. Hold tight. Give me a second. Okay. Hold on. In the can you hear me, Dan?
Yeah.
In the interest of time, um, I'm thinking maybe we can do it the opposite way, um,
Okay.
and play the video after, and we do this panel discussion first, and then play that.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Um,
That'll work.
okay. So let me exit out of that.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. So you left off with you got on a plane,
Right.
and then
And one-way ticket, 17 years old, went from Kennedy Airport to the Port Authority bus station, put my luggage in a locker at the Port Authority bus station, got on the A train like Duke Ellington told me. Take the A train.
really, Duke Ellington told you that?
No, no, no. I'm talking about his
Oh,
song.
I'm bugging.
His song, take the A train.
I was just about to say, because I know you knew a lot of people, so
Yeah. But yeah, I could hear the song in my head. Take the A
okay.
train, Duke Ellington. So I took the A train straight to Harlem, and found myself under the Apollo marquee, which in my mind I had been there 1,000 times or more, and it was, oh man, the bright lights, it was a big difference from where I came from, Jacksonville, Florida,
Mm-hmm.
all the buildings, the tall buildings, all the night people, and hey man, I was home, 125th Street,
Mm.
the aorta of Harlem,
Right,
and
right.
yeah, man, and so Jackie Wilson had urged me to, come to New York. His manager, Nat Tarnapool, had said to me in the dressing room, "Why don't you come to New York? I can do more for you," like that. But Jackie got behind him and did that. Don't, nope, don't,
Mm.
don't do it. Don't listen.
Mm.
And so, that's how that went. And eventually, I got on the show and I won it 4 weeks in a row, and went on to sign with Capitol Records, and made a song called "Promise That You'll Wait." And on the flip side was "Try a Little Tenderness." That was inspired by the Big O, Otis Redding. I always wanted to do that song over because I used to do it in my shows, and I just love that song, and so I did a cover of it.
Mm-hmm.
And in that song, you can hear shades of Jackie Wilson and Otis Redding, and then of course myself, which
Mm.
made it unique in its own.
Nice. Let me ask you a quick question. Now, I don't want to give it away, but I'm gonna ask you: did Mr. P was he able to? Is he gonna come in on the panel?
I sent the link, and I just tried to call him, but he didn't answer.
Okay.
And then the other guy had did a video, and I tried to send that.
Because we do have room for one more.
Okay,
Not two more, but one more.
okay,
So just wanted to interject that just to find out.
okay.
Yeah.
So
So
I tried to call him, but he didn't answer. I sent the link, so I don't know. You
mm.
can't see whether he got in there or not.
No, he's not in there.
He's not in there. Wow.
But did he make? Did he make? Well, did he? I was wondering if he called you back to
No,
know whether. Okay.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
I'm gonna send him a kite out there now and see.
Okay. So yeah. So yeah. You were pretty young
Oh yeah,
coming here to New York. I
yeah.
know that must have been. I know you said that in your mind you had already been there, 1,000 times, but I know that.
Hold
I'm
on
pretty,
1 second. Mr.
yeah,
P
yeah,
is
I got you. All right,
okay.
I'll just put you on mute.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, cool.
So I know that somebody coming from Jacksonville, Florida, and coming to New York, and not just any part of New York, but coming to Harlem, and especially Harlem back in the days. Harlem back in the days wasn't at all like how Harlem is now. It was a lot more going on. I can only, and I'm from a whole generation after, and I can remember myself being in Harlem, back in the 90s. I was from Brooklyn, but Harlem, was a whole different world. I didn't start going to Harlem until like 1990. And I can tell you that Harlem back then, even in 90, and you compare that to now, it's a whole world apart. So, I could imagine being back when you came in the 70s, how much of a culture shock it must have been, even though you played it in your mind, but to actually experience that, getting off the plane and then actually touching down on the soil and coming right to Harlem, must have been something.
It was amazing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I had muted your mic, so they didn't hear you when you were on the phone. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I was just talking. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it was amazing. It was I was bold. I was bold. 17 years old, man, and in a city, the biggest city in the world, and there I was, right in the heart of Harlem, the aorta of Harlem, you know, and all that fast life and you know cars, beautiful luxury cars, pimps, and players, and oh man, it was bright lights.
It's like Jackie Wilson say, "No pity in the naked city."
That's right. That's right. No, 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 in the naked city. Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. My buddy.
But
Woo.
that's the reality of it.
Oh man, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Mr. P is trying to get in.
Okay. So far he's not there.
No, he's saying something.
He's just got to follow the prompts. So, uh, as so, I'll be don't I'll be you can just listen out for when he hits you back.
Okay.
When he comes in, I'll see him on the screen,
Okay.
so you don't
Okay.
have to worry about that. I deal with that on my end.
Okay. Yeah,
So you
because I
can
was
just
telling him
continue.
I told him just hit the link and follow what
Follow
it
the
said.
prompts. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like Zoom or any of those other. You just hit the link, follow the prompts.
Right. Right. Are
Yeah.
you still there, Mr. P? Okay. He's trying.
I know. Yeah, but like I say, he'll hit you back when
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
getting set up. So you just continue with the interview.
Okay. Let's go. So, what was your question?
You were in the middle of talking about when you touched down here in
Right. Right. Right.
in
So,
Harlem.
so like I said, I eventually got on the show, and took first place 4 weeks in a row, and people were coming to my dressing room, and one of the groups that came into my dressing room was the Emotions, and they were telling me how good I was, and introduced me to their father, who was their manager, and said that you should come out on the road with us. But see, that was just one thing, and everybody was coming at me. I mean, everybody. And I had 1,000 business cards from producers and record labels and all of that.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, so I just said to myself, I'm just going to be smart and take my time. I'm not going to accept any offer just like that, right off the bat like that. And so I took my time, and eventually I went with a production company called Weimar Productions that was Capitol Records. And that's who I signed with. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. And now I know that the music business is can be a very shady and brutal industry.
Oh, absolutely.
And at that time, when you signed your contract, were there any things in that contract that you regretted after signing?
Well, I actually, in hindsight, I regretted who I signed with, the production company, because he was like a dictator, and he would try to tell me what to do, and better than that. He was trying to little boy me, and I wasn't having that. I've always been a rebel, and so we didn't get along, And he actually took a lot of the stuff that I recorded, and just out of spite, like a kid, like a spoiled kid, like Trump, and he took recordings that I did and put it on the shelf, and wouldn't release it. I got something for you and all that, when I wouldn't do what he tell me. Fool even said one time, I was meeting him at Capitol Records in New York, and so he was looking out through the glass in the lobby, and he saw me coming across the street, and so he says to his wife later on, yeah, I saw him coming across the street, and that walk, it's he's got to change that walk.
Wow.
What an idiot,
Wow.
And the wife told him, said, that's the way he walks,
Mm-hmm.
And when I left his house that time, the next time I saw her, she had a black eye. And I said, what happened? And she said that because she disagreed put him in check, he had slapped her,
Oh, wow. Wow.
And he was a stocky little guy like Mike Tyson, and a boxer. And he would, whenever we greet each other, he had fists like big as a brick. And he would like reach out and jab me on the chin. And I told him when he did that, I said, don't you ever do that again. I said, because I take that as an assault. I don't play shenanigans, especially when you're making contact with me.
Right.
He thought it was funny, and I said, just don't do it again now. I'm warning you, don't do that, because I will retaliate.
Right.
So we had a contentious relationship,
So yeah, wow. Um, okay, I see Sabrina dropped off.
She did.
Yeah. Oh, I just gave it away. Oh my goodness.
That's okay.
Uh, well, anyway, uh, we have we have some more people on the panel, and so I know that you and Jackie Wilson were like family,
Oh yeah,
very close,
absolutely.
and so we're gonna be joined with a couple of family members.
Yes, indeed.
And let's see. Hold on here. As I so we're gonna have family members and friends. So I'm gonna start introducing some of the
Okay.
other panelists.
Okay.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And so maybe you can reach out as I'm bringing people in. Reach out to some of the like this. We had you know, Mr. P.
Right,
Uh, also reach out to
Mr. B.
no,
Well.
no, 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 no. That's got to come through.
Oh yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, so reach out to her and let her know that she's not. Her device is not connected.
Hmm. That's that's
I
what.
see her here, but she's not. Oh wait, okay, she's back. She's back.
Oh, great. Okay.
All right.
Great.
So, all right. So we are about to introduce someone who is a part of that royal family of Mr. Excitement himself. And we're going to be joined with none other than Sabrina Wilson.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, sis.
Sabrina,
I was
we
just
have his
while y'all were
daughter.
doing your thing. I'm fine. I just turned my camera off. I didn't mean to. I was still on. I was
Oh,
listening to
okay.
you guys.
We thought we had lost your connection.
How you
Well, we
guys
have you
doing?
good.
Good.
We have you on here twice. So do you have another are you connected on another computer?
No, I'm just on my iPad. Hold on. Uh, let's see. Let me go out and come right back in. Let's see if that works.
Oh,
Because
Because this one here that you're on is fine. There's just another one.
oh,
Let me see if I can get rid of that. Let me see.
I'm just relaxing in my den with my babies.
so Mr. P is saying he can't connect for some reason.
Yeah, that's because she was in twice. So okay, so now so he should be able to connect now.
Okay.
I was in twice. Oh, I'm
Yeah, it's okay.
sorry.
1, 2.
Did you get me out twice?
Yeah, so you're good now. Actually, wait. Let me see something. Let me see something. I do.
I'll come back out. I'll go back
No,
out
no,
and
no.
come right
It's
back
not.
in.
No, no, no. It's nothing wrong with you.
Oh,
For some reason, I'm on here
you're on
3
twice,
times.
remember? Three
Yeah, you
times.
got me on here three
What?
times. So let me
That's
see if
why
I
he
can.
can't get in.
Yeah,
That's these gadgets are crazy, man. They're trying to clone you.
let's see.
That's two clones of you.
Exactly.
I don't know why it's doing that. It shouldn't. have me on here 3 times. Now how do you remove?
Hmm.
I don't know how it did that. It did that some kind of way.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, because I do want him to be able to get in on here. Um, so while we're trying to fix this, we have another guest on the panel.
All right
Okay,
now. All right.
and he knows a whole lot about Jackie Wilson, and
Oh my,
Yes.
and
oh my
and
goodness.
and to be so young, it's very impressive. Right about now, we're going to be joined with Will Howard.
Yay.
Yeah. Big Willie.
Hey,
Will.
you.
Deuces.
I remember when I met Will on my Facebook.
Wow.
Me too.
Yes.
And then I ran into him out in Hollywood on the Walk of Fame.
One of the
Yes.
biggest surprises I've ever had in
I'm
my
telling
life,
you.
let me tell you.
Because I invited him. I wanted him to come. I
Yeah,
told him to come. Please
yeah.
come.
Because we had already been friends on Facebook, and then I spotted him from about a half block away, and we were looking at each other as I was walking up.
I'm
And I
on
said,
the
"Oh
studio.
man,
I'm
there's
on
Will."
right.
I was
Come up
out of
here.
my
Are
mind.
you
I
coming
just
by?
couldn't believe it. All this
Are you
going
coming
on
from?
my birthday weekend. I'm
Yeah.
experiencing everything for the ceremony. And
Okay.
then long ago, here comes my friend walking down the street.
Okay.
Everything
Yeah.
was lovely.
Yeah, I spotted you from a half a block away, man.
It was a blessed day, I assure you, my
Oh, yes,
friend.
it was. And to
Oh
meet
man.
him, right, I really enjoyed because Will helped me a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I said, we're going to stay in touch. We're family now.
That's right.
Absolutely. Hey, it was really a beautiful day out there, you know.
Yes,
Come
it
take an
was.
imaginary trip with me right now and let's visit a place we haven't been before.
Okay.
Oh yeah. The sun shines in the world of men, women, and boys and girls together. Ooh, yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
didn't you
man.
sing that with Jeffrey Perry downstairs at the
Yeah, we
Roosevelt?
did. We were singing in the lobby, and
God, I
we
wish
were
I could have
saying,
recorded that.
we're not gonna have crime in the street. We're gonna live in perfect harmony.
Amen. Yes.
Red, white, black, and brown. We can all get along, hand in hand, side by side. We'll let the Lord be our guide. And man, it was a hoot nanny in that lobby of the Roosevelt Hotel.
Yep.
That was beautiful.
Okay, he should be able to. He should be able to get in now. Hit him up. Let him know.
Okay.
One, two, three. Yeah, he should be able to get in now.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So, boy, it's good to have y'all on the panel. And
Yeah, man.
so, while Dad is getting in touch with the next guest, I'm going to put you on mute, Dad, while you're
Okay,
doing
put
that.
me on mute. Yeah, okay.
So, Will, tell us a little bit about what you do and your what is your motivation to preserve Jackie Wilson's legacy?
Uh, I grew up in a family where I listened to only the greatest artists. Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, Al Green, Sarah Vaughan. These were the artists that I constantly listened to as a child growing up. Along with all the contemporary stuff, Gap bands, whatever, Michael Jackson, Prince, etc. But it wasn't until late January 1984 when my mother was reading the Birmingham News, and I'm 10 years old. I'm sitting in the floor, doing my homework. And my mother said, "Oh, Jackie Wilson died." You know, never heard of the man. I said, "Who's Jackie Wilson, Mama?" And to put this perfectly, you have to understand who my mother was. She was the first Black woman in the state of Alabama to be in management in 1965 for South Central Bell. So she was just that country girl from Lacey Springs, Alabama, went to college in Michigan, got her degrees, and was doing well, but the Southern lady type person. And when I asked my mother who was Jackie Wilson, this look came up on her eyes. Eyes got bucked, and she said, "Just like y'all have Michael Jackson and Prince today, in my days, we had Jackie Wilson." And she just started this swooning motion as she started to tell the rest of her story. She said he was the best singer. He wore the sharpest clothes. And this is what really got me. She said he was slim, trim, and he had it all. I was like, Lord have mercy. What did this man that I've never heard of do to my mama? So I'm kind of worried now and stuff and everything. And my stepdad, he's 20 years older than my mother, 16 years old. And he's sitting back reading the sports section in his recliner. And he's got that smirk that us men have when, we're bravado. We think we're the best and the greatest ourselves. But we know greater when we see something great, and that's that smirk that he had on, like, yeah, he was a bad son and everything. So at that point, I got to know what this is about. So I was a mischievous only child of my mother, and I went and found the one Jackie Wilson record that I had not destroyed of hers. It was Soul Time. The very first song was No Pity in the Naked City.
Yes.
That man came up there. When that note hit my ear, it was a wrap. I was done. By the time I got to the second track, Danny Boy, Lord have mercy, I was like, well, I can see this is going to change my life. And it did. I changed everything that I had perceived as great music or a certain sound. Everything that I had heard up until that point had prepared me to be able to receive Jackie's voice. And when I received it, all the little lights inside of me kind of lit up. And after that, it was just a quest from a 10-year-old child, just like he touched you, Blase, when you were a young child with some first songs you heard of him. Same way with me. His spirit, as you said, leapt into me, and like I said, I ain't been right ever since, man.
Wow.
Along the way, I've met a lot of people that were there. In other words, I've met children. I've met Sabrina. I've met entertainers like Blase that were there with him. I've met family members from one side of the United States to the other, and it's been a blessing all along the way. And like I said, I'm just honored to be here to say my piece and listen the rest of the time here.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. It's a pleasure to have you on there. And so now you were introduced to you were introduced to Jackie Wilson. Was this you said after he died, or
days after he died? This was unfortunately, Jackie passed January 21st. So by the time, it's 1984. So probably by the time we got it in Birmingham newspaper, it was probably the 23rd, I'm guessing, maybe, or something like that. And it was a very emotional time for me, because my mother, sister, who was my auntie, who raised me, had just died, a week before as well. So, I had my auntie that raised me and stuff and everything. And now this new music is coming into my life from a performer that my mother cherished more than any other artist that she ever listened to. Like I said, she had her greats that she loved, but her man was Jackie Wilson, man. Like I said, Mama was always right, and she ain't never been wrong.
Well, tell them to add you.
What you saying? There, you said something there.
Unmute.
You are unmuted.
Okay, so Paul is waiting for you to add him.
I don't see him.
He said he's in the studio.
He's got to click. He's got to click where it says allow camera access and mic access.
You heard him? He said you got to click allow camera and mic access.
Okay, let's see. Chat with everyone. Allow. Present. Okay.
So how have you been otherwise, Sabrina?
Fine, working
look-
on my project.
You look comfortable.
Working.
So,
I'm in
yeah.
my den with my babies in my lap right now.
All right.
So,
Yeah,
so,
you
now
look.
so now let me introduce. Yeah, let me bring Sabrina. I wanted to. So just let me deal with the technical thing that I'll put you on mute. So I wanna bring Sabrina in. She's in, but I wanted to you know. Okay,
You
so
have to introduce me.
and so Sabrina, the daughter of Jackie Wilson. Now having wait, hold on, let me mute him. Okay. Now having a father of that magnitude, a vocal gunslinger, multi-octave range, and you know, uh, the ladies' man, and the persona that just captivated everybody. How was it growing up, trying to be a part of that legacy?
Well,
What
I
was
was very shy, but for as him, that's why they call him Mr. Excitement, because he was everything. I mean, everything. He tear the women up. He didn't care. They loved him. They tear his shirts off. If they could, they would probably tear his pants off too. But I love my dad. We love dancing. I love to dance. That's why he did baby workout for me. But I was at a young age stricken with polio and a bad
wow.
vaccine on my left leg. But
Mm.
I still did everything, and I loved him so much. I really miss him. I
Wait a
miss
minute
him.
now. So you said that you said he made the
Baby workout.
baby workout. So he made that song for you when you were a
Yes,
baby.
him and Alonzo Tucker. Yes.
Ah, so
I
now
tell
see,
you, I love to dance because every time I lived in, every time he would come to town, I knew he was coming in, and they had me backstage hiding. And
mm,
this one time he came and they would say, "Where's my daughter? Where's her mom?" But I was
mhm.
in Aretha Franklin's dressing room. They hid me there. They hid me in her dressing room. And but when it was time, I was playing for her. I played the piano. My dad, he wanted me to play the piano, and took lessons. But he didn't. I only had to play gospel music. That's what I mean, not gospel, classical music. And I said, I want to play some gospel music. I want to do this, but he insisted on me doing classical music. But anyway, I did that. But this one time, like I said, he hid me in. They hid me in Aretha Franklin's dressing room. And when my time it was come on stage, because see, I had a brace on my leg, and this time when I came on stage, I didn't have it on, and I
Mm.
walked out and I was dancing. I think he was singing "Lonely Teardrops," and I came out and was just strutting. And they stopped the music, and he ran and picked me up. I'm like, oh my gosh, because he couldn't believe it. But anyway, but that's how that came about. But that's my experience with my dad, just doing photo shoots with him, and him and I had a leather outfit. He had on pants, leather, a jacket and pants, and I had on a skirt
Mm.
and jacket, white at that.
Mm. Wow. Yeah, I
I
love.
met so many different artists through my dad, just
Mm.
just by work, just being out there with him.
I
You
can
know.
imagine. Yeah, I love hearing these stories about how the songs came about. Because when I heard, baby work out, I'm just thinking, baby in terms of, just like, hey,
Right, right.
lady,
You can
they
refer
may
to
be
wherever how you want it,
a
right?
general term, but I didn't know it was a double entendre, baby work out, the little baby work
And I
out.
still dance, to this day. I'll be 70 next year. I
Okay.
mean, next month.
Next month. Okay.
Yes. Everybody
Yeah.
said, "How do you do? You don't look 70." I
No,
said, "Yes,
not at
I will
all. Not
be.
at all.
Yes,
Not at
I will
all.
be 70 years old." Sometimes
Wow.
I feel it, but but
Wow.
yeah.
You don't look it though.
Oh,
I
well,
was
thank
thinking you're
you.
much younger. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. But I love, like I said, I still dance. That's my exercise.
Wow.
I dance. I'm a Rihanna fan. I
Mm.
love Rihanna. I love all her perfume, her makeup. And
Wow.
Beyonce, well, because my daughter got me into Beyonce, I
Hmm.
love, but I like to do my little TikToks. I tell my daughter Brianna or my son Chris, I said, come on, put me on the TikTok or do, and they said, Mom, when I remember when Rihanna did the Super Bowl, I had my shirt on and everything. I was out we was dancing. I love, like I said, I'm not afraid of anything. I'll get out there and dance. I don't care. You
Wow.
know, I love it.
Yeah. Wow.
And
Yeah.
when I met Blaze, I'm like, oh my gosh. And Will, even when we were at the Star, it was just so many. It was so thankful to see so many people out to come out, for my father.
Mm.
Barry, Smokey, Mary got rest. Mary's gone. I just lost my brother, Petey, 2 months ago, and I
Condolences.
kind of miss him. And then I lost my sister last year.
Oh
So
man. Sorry to hear that.
yes, it's just like three of us left. I
Yeah.
have an older brother in Detroit right now, Foley. And I'm the only girl left.
Alright, brother.
I'm the only
Oh
girl.
man.
So it's
Wow.
it's kind of a little depressed. I've been sad,
It's telling
a
you that
lot.
you're in the
But like I said, I'm trying to get my father's project out off the ground. I'm working on it. Hopefully, it'll be funded pretty soon because we just
Mm.
got a nice deal. So hopefully, I'll be
Okay.
signing that contract. But it's just about me and my dad. Just
Mm.
going on. And then I'm bringing my siblings in from the beginning. How we would, admire our fathers on stage, on TV, and so
Mm.
you wait till it comes out for the
Yeah.
next couple of years.
When will it be out?
Well, we're working on it now. Got the script already. It's just a matter
Okay.
of us, we almost funded right now. So, but
Mm.
next year it should be out like next year sometime maybe.
Well,
this
when you were ready to promote it and stuff like that, just let me
Oh
know.
yeah, you'll
I have
know.
you on the
Oh,
show,
definitely you will know.
and I
It's a
have you on the
beautiful
show.
story.
Yeah, and I'll have you on the show, and do an
Okay.
interview, and you can talk about it, and prep
Right
the
now it's
people.
like named Baby Workout.
Okay.
The Jackie
Yeah.
Wilson
can't
story.
go wrong with that.
That right.
Yeah, you can't.
You
Definitely.
know, you know what's funny about that? I was just thinking, if I do some kind of project with this song I'm going to be releasing,
Uh-huh.
I was thinking about doing a project with, like, say, Grady and Bobby and like some young dancers, and we call it uh, Jackie's Baby Workout. It's
Ooh,
amazing that you just said that.
Wow,
oh my
that's
goodness.
crazy.
Ain't that something?
That's crazy.
Jackie's Baby Workout.
Wow.
Mr. Excitement. He's up there looking.
Oh yeah.
Paul
Oh
He's
yeah.
up
said
there
he's
looking down on
backstage.
us.
He's backstage. Let me
Yeah,
see.
you say let him in or something.
Let me see.
Oh, he's still there?
Tell him to knock at the door
I
Still
still
there?
don't,
and we'll open it.
see him. Did he hit where it says allow the camera?
Can you hear me?
You say?
He say, did you hit where he say allow the camera?
Yeah. It says I'm in the backstage. It says present. Stop. It says stop camera. I didn't click on there. And then it says present. It says it's unmuted. So it says only the host can see you. The host may.
Wow, yeah, that's strange.
Is this his music?
Let me see. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send him an invite from directly. Let me see. Email. What's his email?
It's
Dash.
Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's PR Griff, GRIFF 50
Yes.
at gmail.com.
Okay, tell him to go out and tell him I just sent him an email. Go out and use the link I just sent him.
He said go out
Try that.
and use the link that he just sent to your email. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, now I can let you there. Okay, so you got it. Join me, okay?
Squint. That's well.
Big Willie in the house.
Big Willie sitting up here squinting, trying to look at his TV screen. Like, man, put your glasses on, man.
Yeah,
Goofy, just goofy.
like me, I'm supposed to wear reading glasses, you know. But
Man,
I call
I'm
myself not
Fred
doing it.
Sanford up here, man. I got glasses everywhere, man. I have 3 pairs of glasses up here and sit up here straight and try to look.
Oh man.
I'm going in to the link.
Yeah, right.
He hit the did he check the email yet?
What are you watching, Will?
Oh, you know, I got to, now, of course, if I'm here,
I'm
I
not.
got to have your dad in the background. So don't act like you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, now I see him. Now I
he
see
see you now. Go.
Okay.
I'm
Okay, so
doing a video real quick.
right about now.
I'm on TV. I'm doing the live.
So right about now, I'm gonna introduce another guest who is a distinguished guest in and of himself, and we are joined with none other than. Hang up with him. Hang up with him.
Okay, I'm gonna hang up.
Well, otherwise it's gonna be
distortion.
Okay,
I hung up.
so right about now we're gonna be joined with the great Paul Griffin, who is also in the documentary The Last Teardrop.
Yeah.
All right, so let me let in Paul. Hold on, give me 1 second. And he's now.
There he is.
There he is.
Hey,
what's up?
How you doing?
So for those of y'all who don't know, Paul is also the cousin of the extremely funny Eddie Griffin. And man, Paul, I remember we went to see. Now, Paul,
now I can hear you.
I know that
I can hear you now.
Oh, you can hear me now. No, I was telling them you're also the cousin of the.
He's the uncle.
The uncle, I mean, of the extremely funny Eddie Griffin. Now, I had seen him on TV, and I was like, yeah, he's funny. But actually seeing him in person, man, I said, oh, this guy, he had me in stitches. And man, y'all look just alike too.
Oh yeah.
How's it going, Paul?
Family, I'm doing great, brother. I just came back from my trip to the motherland, and
wow.
it was a great experience.
I saw the pictures.
Yeah, it was a cultural spiritual and educational journey that I'm glad I made in my lifetime.
Mm.
I was treated like a king, man.
Wow.
God put these two angels in my life. This brother named Yao Ado and his brother Kofi, and they were my emissaries, my tour guide, my chauffeurs, my security. They took care of me. They took a complete stranger and treated them like family. So I had a great time, and it was exhilarating, but also somewhat depressing when you go to those dungeons and see how they treated our people in Elmina and Usha and Osu. There were 16 doors of no return, but everyone talks about the one in Elmina, Cape Coast. But there were 16 of those particular dungeons in West Africa, and I went to 4 of them. And the one in Elmina was very, very spiritual for me. I felt our people, and I got into a type of condition where I'd have water put on me for about a half hour because I just was overwhelmed and overtaken by the spirit there. So it's real when people say, you'll feel our people, and I did that. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, welcome back.
Yeah,
We're glad to have you.
welcome back, man.
And he has a new name too, Kwaku.
Kwaku. Yeah, they installed me. They placed the Kente robe on me at the W. Du Bois Library and Museum. I didn't expect it. And they anointed me Nana Kwaku, which means king born on Wednesday. So that's the African name that I was given. So I'll be using that. I'll be using that in the very near future. Those who know me by Paul, that's cool. But anybody else that meets me anew, I'm Nana Kwaku. Yeah.
Wow. So you sat on that Ashanti stool.
Yeah. If you go into my I think I sent it to your dad. I sent it to your dad. If you go in my photos, go into my Instagram page, P-Guard Griff 50, you'll see how they installed me. They gave me the throne to sit on, and they gave me the garment, they gave me the stick, they gave me everything. So yeah.
Nice. Well, are you gonna go back?
Oh yeah. Listen, I don't want to go to Europe. I don't want to go to the Caribbean island. I don't want to go to Jamaica. I don't want to go to Dubai. I want to make all my trips for the future going to be on the African continent.
Wow.
Beautiful.
And I would definitely go back to Ghana in a heartbeat. Hopefully, God willing, to go back in December.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
So it was an early birthday present for myself, I'll be 75. Okay. I'll be 75 next week. So.
Oh, okay.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. A lot of birthdays on the panel.
Yeah.
Sabrina's birthday is coming up too.
When's your birthday, Sabrina?
July 22nd.
Okay, you are what you call it? Leo?
Cancer, Leo.
Cancer. Right on the cusp. Yeah, right on the cusp. Yeah.
So Kwaku, your birthday is not far from Jackie.
Right, mine's the next Saturday.
Yeah, because his is Monday.
Right.
Yeah, I was telling Sabrina that me and you went up to the Apollo, to the Victoria, and raised hell up there.
Oh
yeah, not having a star in front of that Apollo.
Yeah, man, we it was funny because I said, man, look, we could call them, but no, why don't we just go up here, man, and see if we could see somebody. And
that's right.
We were dressed appropriately, we looked like we were businessmen and stuff. So I said, we're gonna go up in there. So lady said, who are you looking for? And we said, we're looking for Forbes or the other Forbes and the other young lady. And they said, oh, they're having a meeting. They let us in. And that's how we didn't have no formal, what do you call it, no meeting, no schedule.
Yeah, better luck than I did.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we just
who did that, who facilitated that? That was Jackie, man. He's always waiting in the wings.
His spirit.
Making things happen. I keep telling people that.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't understand because they weren't around him.
Right.
I know his spirit. Sabrina knows his spirit.
I know you do.
And he's a jokester too.
Yeah.
He's always waiting in the wings. Like before a show, you look, and there he is. He would come.
Right.
He would come and peep out there at the audience and like take the temperature of the audience.
Yeah,
And then
well,
you look again, he's gone. You know.
yeah, well, I think that we took the initiative and we made sure we spoke about it, and we found out there was no real process for getting a star on the Apollo Walk of Fame. They really didn't have a process, and hopefully they'll be developing one. And I believe that she knows that she has to prioritize Jackie's getting his star, which should have been there a long time ago.
That's
Yes.
right.
Look,
Thank you.
Exactly.
acknowledge. Yeah.
And she gave us some real positive vibes. She said,
Yes.
the Apollo opened back up, it's almost a guarantee that Jackie's going to get that star.
Oh yeah, that's
Amen.
good.
All
That's gonna
right.
happen. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Thank you guys.
And
for
we're
that.
going to
Thank
invite everybody got to be there. Reggie, Sabrina, you know you got to be there. Bobby, you know, everybody got to be there. You know, just like when we were out in Hollywood.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we think there's gonna be a groundswell of people who remembered his name, remember who he was. So, because I said to in the correspondence that I sent to the Apollo, I said there was Jackie Wilson and everyone else. I said nobody affected people the way Jackie did, man. You know, James Brown was all right, but James Brown was kind of wild. Jackie was
real
smooth.
wild.
Jackie was smooth, debonair, you know, a whole different presentation. I said, you know, James Brown, that's good. You know, we know what he did, but some of them other people they acknowledged before they did Jackie, I don't understand it. But so
when Jackie came around, man, everybody got nervous. So, you hear me?
oh yeah,
I don't care who it is. You know, Tom Jones said, "Oh yeah, I take off my tie, but I
heard him say that.
From him, you know, of course you
You
did.
sure did. You sure
I
did.
always tell people, everybody took notes from the quintessential GOAT.
Yes,
Or
because my
not.
dad wore silk suits.
Oh,
back in
yeah.
the day.
Oh man, them sharkskin silk suits. You know,
Uh-huh.
boy, I mean the bow tie,
More hair,
he was
everything.
he was
Sharp.
smooth, man. He was my favorite artisan. I don't know if you know this, Sabrina, but my classmate's grandfather owned the Apollo Theater.
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh
know.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fred Schiffman. So
Uh-huh.
Fred Schiffman was the owner of the Apollo.
I remember. Okay, I remember his name. Yes.
Yep, his grandson went to school with me. So I used to go to Apollo Theater for free. And I used to take the train from where I am. And I used to go see Motown Review with Smokey. Stevie Wonder was 13 years old with Fingertips on Monica Man, the Contours, the Isley Brothers, the Temptations, Supremes, of course, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, all the Motown Review. I used to go see James Brown, Pigwig Martin, Miles Mabley, Fred Fox. I mean, I saw them all. You know, so
everybody.
Yeah,
I love me some Moms Mabley though.
Oh yeah, Peggy Markham.
Peggy Markham. Yeah, I saw them all. So that was a beautiful thing, and I didn't know at the time when I went to the Apollo for the first time that that this classmate of my brother's. I said, "Yo, Schiffman." Yeah, I said, "Yo, you got something to do with the Apollo Theater?" He said, "Yeah, my grandfather." I said, "Your grandfather?" I said, "Okay." So, I'm getting some tickets, right? He said, "Okay, man." That's what happened. And then Howard,
Bobby's going to be Bobby's going to be in White Plains next week.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, in White Plains.
Okay, the same place he was at the school.
Yeah, at the school. I talked with him last night, and
okay,
he told me let him know about the tickets.
All right. Well, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. Okay.
It's amazing. All the different artists back in the day. Gorgeous George. Ed Moffett. I mean, I met a whole bunch of
Bill Murray. Sad Sam.
Oh yeah.
Laverne Baker.
Oh yeah.
My godmother, Linda Hopkins.
Linda. Yeah.
Linda Hopkins. Yeah.
Oh yeah. They did a lot of collaborating together.
Yes.
Shake a Hand and on the album,
Great entertainers.
Yeah.
Yes. Entertainers were real entertainers. They weren't these clowns running around when he got down.
Listen, you was around with all those old. I remember I was young. I didn't care, but you know, it's amazing. And they still, I haven't seen you since you were 10 years old or 12 years old.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Jackie was when he sang, "Oh Danny Boy,"
Okay.
he took an Irish jig, and after that song, they said, wait a minute, that was Danny Boy."
Right, exactly.
Yeah, he had a whole different interpretation of that song,
man.
and it was better than any other cover.
Oh man,
It's better than any other cover.
Nobody could touch that.
Especially when he said, "But come ye back."
Yeah, come on, Danny.
Summer is in the meadow.
Yeah, man. He took Danny Boy, he switched it up, tore it up, put it back together.
Threw it up and dismantled it.
Yeah, yes. I said, that's Danny.
It gives me chills just to, when he hits that note.
Yo,
right. In other words, he Wilsonized it.
Oh man,
exactly.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
like when Elvis Presley's song "Lonely Teardrops," and Elvis Presley said, "Oh, I can't do that song anymore. You done tore it up."
He took it over.
Yes, exactly.
Elvis was in his own little lane, but he couldn't even be mentioned in the same breath as Jackie Wilson. I keep telling people that with all due respect,
He copied Jackie.
Yeah, don't even try me like that. A lot of people try me, but I straighten them out and that's that. I don't play about that.
Sabrina, tell Bobby to. I made space for Bobby to come in.
Okay.
I just closed out the one that I do twice because we're gonna do the show slightly a little bit different. We're gonna play the video, the interview separate from the panel discussion, and this way, Bobby can come in.
Beautiful.
Okay.
I think that'd be better because
I'll call him right now. Can you mute me real quick?
Sure.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, it'll be like a separate show off to itself, and it'll be like it'll be like this show continued.
Right.
Yeah. So
we got to do a reunion out in Hollywood too. Will.
I'm in. Yes,
Yeah,
I said we should plan it for his birthday of next year.
Next year.
Yeah, like I said we should plan it for his birthday of next year,
or
if not, at least on the anniversary of when it was
Mike,
September 4th.
He said, are you going to send him another link, or should
I can email him the link. Give me 1 second.
He's going to email you the link.
You have his email?
You got his email, Mike?
Does he have a Gmail?
Huh? What'd you say?
Is it Gmail or is it another email?
It's a Gmail, right, Bobby? Yes, he said yes.
Okay. All right. So
what
let me
is
go
it?
into my Gmail.
He said you got it, Mike.
Oh no. I gotta go.
Let's see.
Blase has it or his son?
Let me see.
Bobby Brooks Wilson at Gmail.
You got it? Bobby Brooks Wilson at Gmail.
He said yeah. He's looking. He said send it.
Okay, it's sent.
It's sent to you right now. Okay, all right, bye. He's going on now. He's looking it up.
Okay, great.
Hey, Blase, sing me another song. He just got me going right now.
Okay, let me see what I can sing.
How about To Be Loved?
To be loved, to be loved. Oh, what a feeling to be loved. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jackie taught me how to dig down in there and get it. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm 75 years old now. And when I was like a teenager, I could sing every song that Jackie sang.
Wow.
Now I struggle because I had 3 strokes 2 years ago. And so I'm making a comeback with vocally, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
God said he's not ready for you yet. That's
Right.
right.
Exactly. Exactly. Not a whole lot of people can hit those operatic notes, you know.
No.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Just can't do it, you know, because they don't have that capacity, you know.
No.
That's conditioning. That comes from years and years, you know, of training, you know, your voice.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
You see. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
way I feel about walking. When they told my mom and dad that I wasn't going to be able to walk again, I proved them
Yeah.
wrong. Not only walking, I'm dancing, and I'm still dancing. I guess I'll be dancing to the day I leave this earth.
There you go. You were dancing. You were
I'm not
dancing.
gonna let nothing get me down. I said no. I'm not gonna claim that.
Right.
Yeah.
You were dancing out at the Roosevelt Hotel.
I've got video of you and me dancing together.
Big Willie got all the video.
Wow.
Big Willie got all the video.
Yes,
That's what you call him, Big Willie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Great day.
There you go.
September 4th, 2019.
There you go. That's
Great
it
day.
right there. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I had
man.
mine box frame on my wall up here by my steps. I had it 3D in a frame.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
No one would ever have those coins that you was here. There's always gonna be a keepsake, you know.
Oh, it's one of my most precious items I have.
They always say, "Do you have any more?" I said, "No, I don't have any more." It was a one-time thing, you know.
One-time deal. Yeah.
Okay, I see that Bobby is in. I'm gonna let him in.
All right, here it comes.
I'll wait for. I see he's doing his hair
coming to the
and
stage,
doing the Jackie Wilson thing. So I'll wait before I bring him in. I'll let him finish, you know, prepping.
like father, like son. Jackie never saw a mirror that he didn't love.
I'll give him a couple of more seconds.
Okay?
That's right. That's exactly right.
I'll give him a couple more seconds before I actually bring him in.
it was a love affair, you know.
Yes.
All right, I think he's done now.
I'm good.
Yeah.
What's happening? What's happening?
What's up, little brother?
Hey, man, how you doing, man?
I'm good. The family's
What's up,
all
man?
here.
What's that?
The family's all here now.
Yeah, I see that. Hello, everybody.
What's up, Bobby?
Hey.
So,
Hey,
ladies,
man.
so those of y'all who are in YouTube land, for you know, he needs no introduction, but for those who don't know, we have the last teardrop on here. Bobby Wilson, who is also the son of Jackie Wilson, and we have 2 siblings on here, and man. It's a pleasure, and he is the star of the documentary, The Last Teardrop.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's very nice, fellas. Very nice. Very nice.
Put my hat on.
You might.
Everybody got their hats on. So
Yeah.
we
You
can,
gotta put that hat on. You know how we do it. Quick.
I see Blasé with his red hat on.
you know he's gonna be colorful, brother.
Well, I guess we better go get a hat on too.
I'm severely underdressed. I'm
Me
casual.
too.
Hey, look,
Hey, check this out, Bobby. You coming to Westchester, White Plains next week?
I'll be at White Plains at the I think it's the Archbishop Stepanek.
Yeah, that's where we were before.
Well, you were before. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll be there this weekend.
We're gonna come too.
You coming for the weekend?
Yeah, we'll be there Saturday night, I believe.
Okay. All right.
Saturday night. I closed the first half of the show.
Okay.
They got the Brooklyn Bridge there. We've got the Chicklets.
Okay.
And it's a couple more groups. I think the Happenings. Don't quote me on it, but it's like
Right.
about 5 groups.
Okay.
And
The
it should be a good
happenings
show,
were
about 3.5 hours, 4 hours.
All right.
the happenings was the group who did See You in September, I think.
Yes.
On
See, that's
Brooklyn
before
Bridge.
my time.
Is that the that's the Brooklyn Bridge?
It's a classic song.
Yeah. The happenings are great. They got great audience, great following. So,
Right.
I go in there and I do all Jackie's tunes, and
Right.
and I do some of mine.
Right.
Well, we had a good time. Last show I was there, was it 2 weekends ago? And
And the Bronx.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Lehman College. I missed that.
yeah,
I just got back from Africa. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you. Blasé was there, and all the women, and Blasé was at at the front of the stage, because I try to do a dance show, so I have everybody up dancing. So Blasé was up at the front, and you should have seen, he had about 15, 20 women all around him. I was like, wait a minute, is this my show or Blasé show? And
Blase stole the show, huh?
I had to put him on the mic. And I told everybody, this is Capitol record artist, was with my dad. His name is Blasé. Give him some love. And them ladies was on him like white on rice, man.
But then security had to rush you out of there. When it was autographs, security grabbed Bobby up. And
that never happened before. That has never happened before.
What was that?
I've done shows all over the world.
Right.
Except in England. England it happens.
Right.
But England it happens. But no, when I was in London, that happened to me. Now that I think about it. But no, it never happened in America. So, after the show, I said, okay, I'll come out and say hello and pass out some cards and stuff, because I want to build the audience and build the following.
Right.
And I like talking to the kids, because the kids are fascinated with Jackie Wilson. Wilson. So that when the kids come out, they go, oh, I went on YouTube. I love Jackie Wilson. I said, yeah. I said, talk to your mama about him. She know him.
Yeah.
And then but when it went out this time, I think Blasé worked these women up to a frenzy. I think he said something. Because when we walked out,
don't put that on me.
We walked out to the lobby. It was like, it was an attack. I'd never been attacked like that before.
Wow.
I mean, they were pulling on my clothes, and
That's
the cops got mad. These were real cops.
Yeah.
These weren't the rental cops.
Right.
These were New York. These were New York Police Department cops.
Right.
And they said, no, this ain't gonna happen. And they grabbed me by my collar.
Wow.
And pulled me out of that. I never got pulled out of an audience so fast.
That's right.
Wow.
It was kind of scary. It was kind of scary because you don't know how you're gonna react until people are pulling on you.
That's
Now, Jackie had to deal with that every show.
Oh man, I saw that firsthand.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Man, we used to be in the dressing room, and those women would literally, you hear what I'm saying, be trying to tear the door down.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, literally trying to tear the door down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I got a taste of it in New York. New York fell in love with a brother.
Oh yeah, yes they did.
You know what happens though. A lot of times they don't get a chance to touch stars or touch people or see people that are famous. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They may get to see them like far away, of distance, but not up close. So when they got a chance to see, they say, "Oh, that's really him." You know, so
Yeah,
They want a piece of them, right?
Yeah.
Because Bobby was all out in the audience interacting with him.
Well, I worked the floor. I came from old school.
Right.
Bruno Mars' dad. I got to give a lot of props to them. When I started out, I just got out of the Navy. I really didn't have any idea about show business. But Pete kept telling me, "Follow me, watch me, follow me." Yeah. And one of the biggest things is you got to break that fourth wall, and you got to let them know that you see them, and sing to the ugliest girl in the room, so that all the pretty girls will lose their mind.
Yeah, exactly.
So I learned that early. I mean, seriously, I learned that early.
That's
I
right.
find the fattest, ugliest, strangest looking girls. And I
Well, you
sing to
can't
her, I
find.
get on my knees, I kiss her, and then all the fine girls be like, "What? He kissed that ugly thing?"
Yo,
And you know who
yo, you.
started that was Jackie Wilson. You
That's
know,
what he did. That's what he did.
he'll find the ugliest girl and work,
Yeah,
and all the other ladies will go crazy.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
It still works.
yes. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
But you know, Bruno's
The
dad,
formula.
you know, when I was working with Bruno's dad, you know, Bruno was like 6 years old, and he
Right,
was doing Baby Elvis and Michael Jackson in the show. And we
right,
just went year after year after year until he turned 19.
right.
So you know, by the time uh, Bruno turned 19, I went to Australia and did what they call flow shows. The floor
Okay.
shows is you don't have a stage. The whole
Uh-huh.
band is on the floor, and you got the audience in your face.
Oh
And
Wow,
yeah.
if you can't make those people move, you never come back. So I
wow,
learned from the hardest audience in the world was the Australians,
wow.
not the Chinese, not the Japanese, not the Americans. The Australians would sit with their arms crossed and say, "Entertain me," and they had the scowl look on their face.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and so I worked 6 months in Australia,
Wow.
and that's where I
Sydney,
got my. I really
Sydney,
got a lot of chops there.
Sydney and Melbourne.
Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, the
Perth,
Gold
yeah.
Coast,
Uh-huh.
Brisbane.
Oh, okay.
I got babies all over that place.
Yo, you
Like
better quiet, yo. You better
I
not say
told, I
it too
told some,
long. They might
I,
be
th-
coming after you.
Yeah, right.
I met this guy from Australia last night, and he said, "Yeah, I'm from Perth." I said, "Yeah, if you see a little kid singing Lonely Teardrops, he might be mine."
Oh,
No, it was fun.
All right now.
Wow.
Oh, I forgot Sabrina's on the line.
All
Oh,
right now.
it's
It's too
just
late now.
it's
Too
just
late.
guy
Too
talk,
late.
Sabrina. It's just guy
late.
talk.
Matriarch is speaking,
It's
okay?
guy talk. It's just guy talk. I don't know why she talking. I took Sabrina. Hey, Blase. I took Sabrina with me to Cleveland. We had to do a show in Cleveland,
Yeah.
and she had all the cops running after her, wanted to date her. And I mean, I'm like, what the hell is going on up in here?
Escorting me to the airport.
She got a police escort to the airport, dude.
what?
All the way to the gate.
I told him I need a ride. They said kick rocks.
And that's that Wilson charm, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that Wilson magic.
I had to become the protector. I'm like, hey, what's going on here? I'm just giving your sister a ride to the airport. She don't need no ride, nigga. What are you talking about?
That's my protector.
She was like, she was gone. She wouldn't even let me know she was gone. Blase, she slipped out, okay? I didn't know until this dude had already at the airport, sat there, waited till she got on the plane. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And probably went and got on the plane with her and tried to.
So she cannot talk, okay? Don't let her talk.
So Sabrina, you was treated like royalty.
Yes, I am
yeah.
royalty. Don't you
That's
know
right.
I'm a legend?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
a star. I'm an icon.
No doubt. No doubt about it.
No doubt about that.
Well, you know, the song "Baby Workout" was named after Sabrina. So
Oh,
when
yeah?
Yeah,
when
she
I
was just
introduce
telling
the
us.
song in the show, you know, I always tell the story about Sabrina, you know, dancing to when she was hear the records on the radio, our father's records, she'd get up and start dancing. So he
Right.
named the song "Baby Workout" after her, and she was at the show, you know, in Cleveland when I told that story, and
Right.
everybody got on the floor, and Sabrina got on the floor, and they were all dancing around her. You should have seen it. It was
Even
nice
the
to see.
mayor. I had to dance with the mayor.
She had the mayor dancing
I
with
had
her.
the mayor going.
Wow.
Yeah. So now I can't go back to Cleveland without her. They
Isn't
got
that something?
Sabrina coming, right? Sabrina coming? I said, yeah, I'm coming. No,
If you
Sabrina.
if you go without her, they're gonna have the police waiting on you with
Yeah.
handcuffs.
I
As
said,
soon as
yeah,
that
she
plane
coming.
land, if Sabrina ain't on there, put him in cuffs.
Hey man,
Now,
that
for
was
those,
funny to see that. I mean,
That was
she
amazing.
captured that guy's heart.
I mean,
wow.
I'm like, and the mayor set this up, and I'm like, I'm like, how do I get to the airport? Oh, you have a police escort. I said, what?
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
oh,
got to
okay.
call Reggie and tell him.
Jack, oh, he was nice
Listen,
looking too.
I was going to call Reggie and say, hey Reggie, get the homies up. We got to take care of this.
That's your brother's spirit. You
Yeah,
can touch everybody.
indeed.
I said,
I'm
come on
telling
now, let's
Mhm.
take care of this.
I had so much fun with these guys. I'm like, ooh, I'm in the back seat. Ooh. Okay, when he went to the gate with me, I'm like, oh, okay, this is my protector here.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough.
Shout out to the
Now,
Cleveland Police Department,
Yeah.
Special
now,
Services.
now, before we proceed further, I would like to say to the viewers, if y'all are enjoying what you're looking at now, please hit the like button, subscribe, and leave comments. Okay, and it helps with the
Tell them to
algorithm.
send money.
And yeah, definitely send money.
Cash out. Don't
I'll
forget
leave
to
that.
throw in cash out.
I'll leave that in the chat too.
Zelle, Venmo.
All donations helps.
Are accepted and
Yeah.
advised.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
well,
What
like,
Eddie Murphy? What did that movie? Coming to America, Eddie Murphy.
Captain coming to America.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like the
Coming to
jingles, but
America.
we like the one that folds. That's what
That's
we
right.
like.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
so Bobby, just to
Yeah.
give you an update, because me and Blasé met with the people at the Apollo Theater, and they assured us that once they finish the renovation of the Apollo, that they're going to make every effort to put a star on that Walk of Fame. So
It should have
we ain't
been
go,
done a
we ain't,
long time ago, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
long time ago. That's
Long
what we
time ago.
said.
Yeah, he
That's
should
what
have
we
been one of
said.
the
We
first
said
ones.
it should
Yeah.
have been the first. You got
Jackie Wilson should have been one of the first ones on
yeah,
that wall. That
him
man
and
Oh,
tore
yeah.
that
James.
place down.
Absolutely.
You're
He
right.
tore that place down.
And nobody
Jerry
was
Butler,
cool.
God bless him. Jerry Butler passed away. But back in 1995, I got hired to do the Jackie Wilson story in
Right,
Philadelphia. And Jerry
right,
Butler came because he was promoting his book, Only the Strong Survive.
Right.
right.
And he said, let me tell you, son, he said, your father tore that place apart.
Yes, he
Huh.
Nobody wanted to go after him. Nobody wanted to go before him. They just, when Jackie walked in the room, it's like the king walked in.
That's
Yeah,
right.
And he said, man, you really carry his spirit when you walk on the stage.
Oh,
And he
yeah.
said, I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it. So that was the biggest compliment I think out of all the compliments I ever got was from Jerry Butler.
Yeah.
JB,
Jerry
the
loved
Wow.
you.
Iceman coming. He's
Yeah.
originally
Yeah,
he originally was with the Impressions with Curtis
Yeah.
Mayfield
He was.
right,
before he left them.
Right.
right.
Became a
Mhm.
solo artist. Yeah.
Yeah, because he told me they had the song Your Precious Love, and they
Yep.
played 6 shows a day. And he said the only song that they moved the audience with was Your Precious Love. He said, but
Yep.
when your dad walked out on the stage, what impressions? Nobody remember no
They don't
impressions.
remember.
Nobody
No-
remembered anybody.
it
Nobody remember
wasn't even. It
anybody.
wasn't. It wasn't fair. It really
Yeah,
wasn't.
when he walked out, it was over.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
wasn't. It
Yeah,
wasn't fair.
so he told me they was doing 6 shows a day. That's a lot of shows, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
At the Apollo, I
Yeah.
believe that Bob Shifrin said they had about 50-something shows a week.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's oh my
They
goodness.
worked the
They
heck out
had
of
to
those
go.
people.
They had to go all day.
Yeah.
A matinee show, evening show, a night show.
Yeah.
That's
And stay
crazy.
at the Apollo for a whole week.
Wow.
So what's next?
I heard James Brown tried to change the rules with the Apollo.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was always trying to change
Yeah,
things.
yeah. They said James Brown coming in and said, nah, he wanted this and he wanted that, and he wanted this and he wanted that, and it said, "Ooh, you think you Jackie Wilson?"
That's right. That's
He didn't
right.
like that. James didn't
Yo,
like that at all.
No,
yeah,
no,
I
no.
He
think they
didn't
had a
like that at all.
friendly competition. I think that he knew his lane. James Brown knew his lane, but he knew he wasn't no singer. James Brown
Right.
was not a singer. James
Mhm.
Brown was I think he was more of a stylist. He
Yeah.
had no real great voice, whereas Jackie had the voice
You
and
know,
the
this is
steps.
James Brown knew how to work the one. If you know
Yes,
anything about music, James worked the one. That's what Boosie come off with the one. I mean,
yeah,
he always on the one, and the
that's
one
it.
is magically hypnotic. People
Yeah,
just don't know that.
yeah,
But then on the one, if you stay on the one, you can get people to do anything you want to. And James was a master at that.
yeah,
And
It's
if you
almost
listen
like
to
he
all his,
invented that, you know?
yeah, all his music is on the one. And James knew that. James knew that he'd get any audience if he can get them on the one. And that's why he was real hard with his band and make sure nobody was off. Boosie said he learned a lot from James Brown. And then Boosie walked away and became a superstar on the one.
Take the one
And
uh-huh,
that's plugged up.
and if you
The
Boosie
gray
had a
one,
hit song called "The One."
uh-huh,
the gray plug. Okay,
What's that? What's that?
nothing.
Oh, okay. No, but no. Boosie had a hit song called "On the One," and it came
uh-huh,
from James Brown. And so
yeah,
so James knew that he can get the audience because of he had perfected "On the One." And
yeah,
as a matter of fact, for any singer out there, that is the one of the secrets of success in music. When you master the one,
uh-huh,
you can sing anything. You can
uh-huh,
sing anything. Of course, Jackie Wilson mastered the one, and that's
Oh,
why
yeah,
he
yeah.
was able. Jackie can sing the
Mhm.
book.
Oh,
My
yeah.
dad can sing the phone book.
He
So
yeah,
sure
so
could.
it was
Matter of
very
fact,
natural for him. He never had to think about it. But
as a
for
matter of
people
fact,
who don't know, they have to work on it.
yeah.
true. Matter of fact, I'm going to read a poem today that I wrote specifically for when Jackie used to dominate the Apollo Theater. And Paul have seen this poem. Kweku.
Finish it.
Yeah, let's hear that.
Y'all want to hear that now?
Yeah.
Or you
Yeah.
want
Yes.
me?
Okay, hold on. One second.
Where you going?
You gotta change hats.
You gonna talk about
Change
hold
hats
on?
now.
Oh man.
I thought he was ready to go.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's
I
really
get
good
people.
to have. It's really good to have all of y'all on here, and all of y'all that are here were at the when Jackie Wilson got the star on Hollywood, and
I wasn't
I
there, unfortunately. I
oh,
wasn't
you weren't there? Oh, I thought you were
there.
there.
No, I wasn't there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there either. It
Yeah.
just it was a bad time. But I definitely want to make that. When y'all do the reunion for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to go back out there.
Yeah. There it
Ah,
is. There it is. There it
yeah.
is. Hold it there.
I just hand colored that in.
Oh, that's
Oh,
beautiful.
I like
Wow.
that. That's
You did
Wow.
that? Hold
I did
on,
that. Yeah.
Blase. You did the
That's
artwork
beautiful,
there?
man.
Yeah.
Wow.
beautiful.
Standing room
That's
only.
beautiful.
Okay, so now here's the poem. It's called Standing Room Only. All right, so what you have to do is picture yourself back during that time, and you look up on the marquee and it said appearing Jackie Wilson, Mr. Excitement, right?
Right.
So there was an usher that used to keep everybody in line. Paul probably remember. Name was Mr. Neal, but here's the poem. Standing room only. Standing room only, shouted the usher outside the world famous Apollo Theater on 125th Street in Harlem. The line used to stretch from the Apollo to Lenox Avenue to eyewitness the fantabulous Jackie Wilson review. Mr. Excitement, the sweetest voice I've ever heard, soaring uninhibited, just like a mockingbird. Thousands of zealous fans would literally pack the place as you danced and pranced and strutted across the stage. The entertainer's entertainer, the world's greatest male vocalist, always pausing to give each lady a kiss. Never in history was a voice so versatile, a true virtuoso who could sing in any style. Elvis was always in the audience, taking notes, front and center, learning from the master, the real king, his mentor. Then slowly but surely, all the pandemonium stopped. A brand new breed wanted only rap and hip hop. They came out in droves, craving this strange new fad. But Jackie, you will always be the baddest of the bad. I stopped by the Apollo the other night, but things just weren't the same. I kept waiting for the MC, Gorgeous George, to spell out your name. Jackie. Jackie. But I guess it just wasn't meant to be. Then suddenly, my teardrops started flowing, and I felt so sad and lonely. No more Mr. Excitement. No more standing room only.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful,
I
beautiful.
think
That
that's
was
Very
beautiful.
nice.
Thank you.
That's
I wrote
nice.
this in 1999,
Wow.
I remember.
and it was
Wow.
published by a paper called the New York Beacon.
Oh, the Beacon, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hold that up.
Yeah, 99,
Let me
99, I
say
believe
that.
that's when I was born. 99, yeah. Yeah, I believe that makes me about.
Wow, man, yo, that's really nice, man. That was June 14th. That was my birthday.
Wow.
I
Really?
was 49. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey,
Wow.
1999, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
man,
was 9 in 1999.
and I was 49.
Wow.
Wow,
Hey, man,
man.
that's
Can you get
fantastic.
Wow.
copies? Can you get copies of that?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah, you
yeah,
should-
absolutely.
That's a
Beautiful
classic.
poem.
Thank you.
So now, Dad, we're here today with you for your release of
Right.
the Jackie Wilson Master of Rock and Roll song.
That's right.
Give the viewers some background about how that song came to be and the inspiration for it.
Well, as you know, as everybody knows, Jackie collapsed on stage. Let me see. I disappeared off the camera. Let me see what
No,
happened.
you're here. You're
No,
here.
you're here.
Oh,
We all
okay.
see.
I can't see myself. But anyway,
You see-
yeah. Okay. I was trying to get back in so I could see.
You're on, Dad. You're on. We
You're
all
good.
see you.
Yeah, you're on.
Okay, I can't see anybody though.
Yeah, that's because you're on solo. You're on solo, Dad.
Okay, so when he had the misfortune, to collapse on stage, I went right over and saw him. We first went to Cherry Hill Medical Center. Then the second time we went to the Medford Lee's nursing rehab facility, and I just got the inspiration to write this song for him and record it. This was in 1976, 1 year afterwards, and I had this song on the shelf all this time because I never had the really backing that I needed to get it out there, and like as they say, no wine before it's time.
Mhm.
So now is the time. I'm going to release the song, and hope that people will understand what I was feeling, and many other people were feeling at the time, because in the song I'm pleading with him to get up, and get well, and everybody love you, and all that, So as he said in the song "Beautiful Day," come take an imaginary trip with me right now, And so that's what we're going to be doing with this song. We're going to go back in time to understand what I was feeling, and I'm sure many, many thousands of other people were feeling the same thing I was feeling. So I put it in words and song, and that's what
Now,
that song is all about.
now I remember, I remember when you recorded that song,
I'm sorry.
and if I remember correctly, that was like a label that you were trying to do. I mean, you self-published it, and
I did,
yeah.
and I actually have a 45 record of that label that I created on my own, and I was trying to promote the song, and in my own way. Um, but as I said, back then I didn't have the wherewithal to do what I wanted to do, with the song, and I didn't have the backing of Capitol Records. I was on my own, so
Right.
Hmm.
I
I think
had
you had well, I think it was like 500 copies you had made up.
I did, and I gave one guy who was supposed to be a distributor about 400
Mm.
45s, and I went back over there about a month later, and he had stole all my records
Crazy.
and
Mm.
shut down. The place was gated,
Mm. Mm. Mm.
shuttered. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember it was some funny style business that went down.
yeah, yeah.
Sound like the record business to me.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Exactly.
You
A lot
already
Exactly.
of, lot of those stories, man.
yeah.
What I was going to ask you, can you convert that 45 into a new a CD or EP3 or whatever they call
Yeah.
it now?
Yeah. They can do that. They can do that.
Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna be that's what this song is gonna be on. It's CDs to begin
But
with.
but don't discard the 45s. Vinyl is making a comeback.
It's making a comeback. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
actually
So yeah, make sure you keep some 45s or make some new 45s because they selling as fast as CDs now.
Yeah.
I
absolutely.
got what
Faster.
I
Yeah.
could do that I could put you on to I know well I know he used to Keeling Beckford. I know he deals with vinyl. Well, I know back in the days he did. I'm gonna try to get in contact with him and put you in contact with him. He presses up vinyl.
Yeah, I remember when you interviewed him.
Well,
Right.
let me interrupt. I got 4 or 5 songs out right now.
Uh,
As you can see, the background. Are you ready? I
oh
got a
yeah.
new. That's a new release on house music, and
Right, right.
so I
And they
got six.
sound good too.
Yeah, I got 6 songs on house music out right now, and then I got a country song called "It's About Time." All of those songs they got on all 3 formats: vinyl,
Mm,
they got it on CD, and they got it on flash drive.
Wow.
So,
mm.
so people are buying flash drives too now.
Right,
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Flash
Exactly.
so,
drive.
so,
Yep.
so,
Yep.
but vinyl, would they because they targeting these songs they released all were targeting in Europe, at UK. Uh, Vinyl selling more than anything else.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
definitely making a
vinyl selling
comeback.
more than anything else. So
And
I'm
I
waiting.
am going to I am going to be presenting this song on a 45 too.
You
Not
should.
right
You should.
away, but
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah.
plan, you know.
Good. You should.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Because it's gonna sell like hotcakes. Trust me.
absolutely.
Almost everybody has a turntable in their house now. So,
Right.
so turntables are back.
Mm.
Everybody's back to vinyls again.
I still have mine.
Yeah, I got a
I
new
still
one
have some
myself.
vinyl too. I still have quite a bit of vinyl.
Oh, I know you do.
Yeah.
Me too.
And
So are you ready to hear a few snippets of the song?
Yeah.
We have to do that after.
Okay.
You only have the instrumental.
No, I have the vocal.
Oh, you mean you're gonna play it on your end?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I do. Okay.
So what I'll do, I'll mute everybody's mic so that we can hear it.
Okay.
Oh, we can hear it.
Jackie Wilson,
That's nice.
the master of rock and roll. You were doing it, Jackie. Only teardrops, baby. Jackie Wilson, the master of rock and roll. Mr. Excitement. God bless your soul. Trying to make a comeback.
Yeah.
Green as can be. Jackie, scream for me. Jackie Wilson. You scream, oh, daddy boy, kneel and say, oh, ground for me. Hey, you, Jackie Wilson, the master of rock and roll. Hurry up, get well. Things will never be the same till the MC calls your name. The star of the show, Jackie. Running and crazy all around. Mr. Excitement, Jackie Wilson. Get up, Jackie Wilson. Get up, come on, everybody love you. We're praying for you. Got to get down one more time. Jackie Wilson, yeah. Trying to make a comeback, getting down. Only teardrops to be loved. Oh, daddy boy, higher. Jackie Wilson, the master of rock and roll, Mr. Excitement. I wanna.
Yo, that's nice, man.
I like
I
that.
had to cut it because you don't want to give them the whole thing.
What year? What year did you write?
Your
What
mic
year
is
did you
muted,
write that?
Dad. So turn the music off. But I muted your mic,
Yeah.
so
What?
we can't hear you. Hold on, let me put you back on. Okay, you there? You there, Dad?
Yeah, he's there.
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, I had to cut it because we don't want to give the whole thing away.
Right. I forgot all about that.
Yo,
Yeah.
check this out. When did you write that?
I wrote that in 1975. I recorded it in 76.
Whoa.
You can hear the emotion that you got, as a young man for your friend that's
Yeah.
falling, man. When you talking about
Exactly.
get up, Lord,
You can feel it.
tears.
Oh
You
yeah.
can feel
Tears,
it.
man.
Yeah, you can
Ah.
feel it, man. You
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
feel
that
that, Blase.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that was tears in the studio, man. You know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can tell y'all from being, being his son, I can tell you from firsthand personal experience, Dad took Jackie Wilson's passing really hard.
Yeah.
He took it really hard. I mean, Dad was
Everybody has.
torn
Yeah.
up. He was torn
Like a
up. I
family
mean,
member.
he was. You wouldn't even believe it.
Wow.
That's true.
Yeah, it was like a part of him
See that?
just left.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's 50 years old, man.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that
Wow.
something?
Bobby,
Yeah.
what's
That's
your
a shame that
feelings,
song
Bob?
couldn't have been released, man. That's a shame. Oh
Yeah,
my
man.
God, man.
It
Yeah.
just it just gives
That's
you chills. Gives you
Oh
like
my
to-
chills.
God.
actually I like to take part of it and work on it. I like to take part of that song and work on it.
Yeah.
Y'all need to get together.
We
Yeah,
can
y'all
do,
need to make something happen.
we
Yeah,
can do a lot around that song, man.
Yeah,
You know?
because there's a lot of hooks in that song. You
Yes,
Oh,
got
yes.
about,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
got
yeah.
3 or 4 hooks in that one song.
In that
Yeah.
one song. Exactly.
That one song has 3 or 4 hooks. So
Yeah.
my mind started going crazy because I started saying, "Oh, we can take this and do that," and I
Yeah.
started doing this.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I started thinking of stuff I could add in like that. It's
Yeah.
just coming
Mm.
fast.
Yeah.
And so
We
Wow.
can create
Blase,
a whole. We
you
can
got a
create.
lot of his, you put a lot of his, I call it vocal antics in the song,
Oh yeah.
Mm.
and all of them, I was starting to place them in different
No,
places.
Yeah.
So it's so much
here.
we can do with that. I like to work on that.
Yeah, man. We can.
I
We
really
can
would.
do a whole thing. We can create something. I was telling everybody earlier. I can envision like you and I and who knows, maybe Grady or whoever, and we can create a whole scenario around that song and have some young people dancing and doing the
Oh, yeah.
Jackie Wilson what did I call it earlier? Baby workout.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I called it originally the Jackie Wilson strut.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
but I can see that now. You know,
Yeah. I heard a lot.
I can still strut.
That's
I'm sure you can.
Well, we're already going to mention that the song is about you, so we're going to start that off
Baby,
from
work
the
out.
top. From the top, you know.
hey, you.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
out here on the floor.
When you have, when,
And
yeah,
let's
wanna
rock
dance
some more.
and that keyboard sound, that keyboard sound. I want to call it a Wurlitzer, but it's not a Wurlitzer. It's a red keyboard. Burt Bacharach started playing on that when he did Chuck Jackson's "Any Day Now."
Any day now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same sound that Jackie used on dun, 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 "Just a Kiss." Dun, dun,
Oh, yeah. I'll be
Right.
wow,
Exactly.
that song.
Yep.
It's the
You
same.
picked
It's
up
the
right
same
on it.
keyboard. So I
That's
was
all I
fascinated.
need.
Well, that's
Yeah, I
how
I'll
the
be
heard
song.
satisfied.
Well, see,
Yeah,
that's
I'll be
how the
satisfied.
song start out. You know, you hear
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
but so as soon as I heard that, I went, "What
Yeah.
a great idea!" Because
Well,
you
I was
took the
trying to
beginning of all his
incorporate.
songs.
I tried
Yeah.
to incorporate a lot of, as you notice,
heard
that's the lonely
heard it.
teardrops to be
Yeah.
loved.
I love the way it
Danny
started off.
boy, higher, higher, higher,
Yeah,
higher,
you got a song in
higher. You know, that encapsulates a lot of his hits right there. And it starts
Now-
off, I'll be satisfied. That flute.
Now speaking of that, Dad, that brings me to another thing that I wanted to have you to talk about.
Okay.
So, and me, I'm the type of person where
Hey,
I
okay,
like
let me interrupt.
to.
Let me interrupt
Uh-huh.
before you guys go into the different direction. I got a jet.
Okay.
Well-
Oh, okay.
I got a jet because I got to get ready for this big event that's coming up tonight.
Okay.
My wife is a hairstylist for, lack of a better word, the stars,
Right.
and
Mm.
so
Yeah.
I gotta be her arm
Her
whenever
model.
The arm candy.
tonight. So I gotta get ready. I gotta hit the gym, and then I gotta get all dolled up. So
All right, bro.
Well, we thank you, man.
yeah, so I got to run, but man, this is great. What you guys doing, celebrating the the birthday of my dad, and keeping all these memories alive, keeping this music alive. That's what I stand for. That's what I know Sabrina stands for, keeping this memory alive, and of course, Blasé loves him to death. So I really appreciate you guys doing this and keeping this going, and I just want to thank you for having me a part of it.
Yeah,
My
we're
brother.
glad that you could
Thank
stop
you for
by and join
joining.
us, you know.
Yeah. So on that, I bid you goodbye.
All right, my brother.
We're gonna, we're
Yo,
gonna
we'll see you next week.
We're gonna
We'll
see
see
you
you
Yes,
next
next
sir.
week.
week.
I'll see you guys. I'll see you, Blase, at the Archbishop show.
Yeah, yeah. Me
Oh,
and my son, and I'm sure Paul is coming.
Oh, I'll be
are you
there.
coming this time, Paul?
Oh, yeah, man.
I don't trust Paul. Paul ain't gonna show up.
Come on, man.
Paul ain't gonna show up, man.
I'll be there, my brother.
Hey
All right,
man, we
I'll take
traveled
care of
all over the country, me and Paul together.
I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. All right.
All right,
I'll see
baby.
you guys, man.
All right, man.
Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Okay, now. All
Stay
right.
safe.
Okay.
Okay,
Always
sign it
good to
out.
see you, Bobby.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Please.
Yeah, man. So yeah,
Yeah.
we trying
So
to
I
get
was
that song ready, you know.
no, let me finish
Yeah, go
with
ahead.
so that brings us to the other question that I wanted to ask and also have you to talk about, because I'm the type of person who not only likes to look at the aspect of the song where it's just the vocals, but also how the music was put together, how it was arranged and produced. So,
Okay.
and talk about for the viewers who arranged the song, arranged, produced, and who were the people who played on this particular song here.
Okay, so the song was I took my idea to the great musician, arranger, songwriter, and legend by the name of Horace Ott.
Great Horace Ott.
Yeah, Horace has arranged songs from everybody from Sam Cooke to Little Anthony and the Imperials, Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr., Dizzy Gillespie, Nina Simone, and the list just goes on and on and on. And he also wrote for Jackie and so many others.
And let me just interject here. So I remember growing up, and you would Horace would always call the house.
Yeah, exactly.
And anytime you were up north, you would be like, yeah, Horace, I'm here. Or, you let Horace know you're gonna be up north, and
Exactly.
Horace used to call so much. Horace was like a uncle that I had never met in person.
That's true. That's
and
true.
it wasn't until I got a little older that I realized how much of a dinosaur that he was in the music industry, because I'd be looking at the back of albums, and
Right.
I see on like almost every album, Horace Ott. Horace
That's
Ott.
right.
Horace
That's right.
Ott. And I'm big into Gil Scott Heron, and I'm
Yeah,
just going to his albums. Like, Horace Ott. Every album every song that I like, Horace Ott. Horace Ott. So, I was like, man, this guy. I remember, being a little kid, picking up the phone, hey, this is Horace, and is your dad there? And it's like almost like an uncle, and I'm like, man, this
That's
guy
true.
was this big legend.
That's exactly right.
How do you spell his name?
OTT.
Oh, I like the sound. Okay.
Yeah, Horace Ott. He's worked with everybody, man. I mean, anybody you could name. Like on my Capitol Records session, always, we had the drummer who's one of the baddest drummers in the world, Bernard Purdy. He did drums, and we had Thad Jones.
Oh, Thad Jones?
Yeah, we had Thad Jones on my recording session.
Yeah.
Then we had David Spinoza.
Uh-huh.
That played the guitar on the Promise That You Wait, and and we actually on Try a Little Tenderness, we had some people from the Leonard Bernstein Orchestra on that song.
Wow.
And so we had some legendary musicians on there, and the chorus on Promise That You Wait, I think some of them were from some famous backup singers called the Helen Way Singers. That was on a whole bunch of Jackie's recordings. And some of the drummer that I had on this Jackie Wilson thing, I can't remember his name, but that whole crew that I had when I recorded the Jackie Wilson song, they were like little kids in a candy store. When we were in the studio, they were like, man, it's like almost like I'm hearing Jackie all over again, because they had worked with Jackie.
Right.
Recordings. Yeah.
Right.
And they were just giddy, man, and just so happy, and they were like, man, how can a little guy like you, hit these notes and and got a big voice like that? And I was hitting those notes, those high C's.
Yeah.
Like, call them the bird, right? And when I hit those notes, Horace had the girls, they snatched their earphones off.
Wow.
Said I was hurting their ears.
Yeah, he pierced.
Yeah, and he told me, he said, you got to back up about 5 feet off that mic.
Yeah.
When you hit those notes,
Yep.
And we all had a big laugh about that,
Yeah.
because I was stepping on those notes, man. You know.
So these are the same artists the same musicians that were on Promise That You Wait are the ones on the Jackie Wilson song.
Well, a couple of them, but not all of them. These were like studio musicians,
Yeah.
that did sessions for everybody,
Right.
Yeah, they might do something for somebody one day, and then the next day they're in the studio with somebody else, providing just like the And Dance from Motown. Those girls,
right,
did all of the background, chorus for the
Funk Brothers.
Yeah. So I had some pretty powerful heavy hitters on those sessions,
So now my question is, when you came out with that particular record in '76, what was the industry? Why was you able to market it? What was the difficulty in marketing?
Well, see, I didn't have Capitol Records behind me. I didn't have anybody behind me.
Oh, you was an independent producer.
Yeah, I was just an independent person after I left Capitol.
Right.
And I was on my own, so I didn't have any money,
Right.
And I didn't want to make too many people privy to that song either,
Right.
Because people had a way of stealing,
Yeah, that's the other thing. So you have it copywritten and all that.
Yeah, I got the copyright for it and everything,
I find that particular song, how nobody picked up on it, nobody supported it. It sounds kind of crazy, but that's the record business.
Not too many people heard it. The only people who ever heard that song is my son, my daughter, my ex-wife, and Reggie Monty.
Wow.
He heard that song and he said, man, when he heard that, he said, I don't believe it. He said, I've heard he said, I've heard people trying to do tributes to Grandpa, you know,
Yeah.
to Granddaddy. He said, but ain't nobody ever did what you just did with that song, you know.
Yeah.
And one day, him and Thor was in the car. You know, Thor was his uncle.
Right.
Rest in peace. They were in the car and they were driving, and he played the song for Thor, and Thor was like, God damn, you know.
Yeah, I'm listening now. I'm saying, wait, man, when did you do this? Because it sounds contemporary.
Yeah,
It sounds like you just did that. You know what I'm saying?
And Reggie told him, say, I told you. And they were just rolling around in the car, you know. And when Reggie pumped that up, man, he had a good stereo system in his car too.
Yeah.
And that thing was popping, boy, you know. And they were fascinated, you know. And he told me, he said, I'll never let anybody hear this unless you tell me, give me permission.
Yeah.
So basically, I've just been protecting the song, you know,
Right.
over all these years, you know.
That's 50 years, man.
50 years, yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So y'all know how I was feeling when I wrote that song and did that song. You know, I was telling everybody, you know, let's pray for Jackie, and maybe he, you know, can get up out of there, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of like Will was saying, you could hear
The emotion.
Yeah.
in that song. And that's why I'm saying I know you were taking that really hard. So I know you poured your heart and soul into that.
Yes,
So
sir.
I still got chills on just
You do?
the words. The words are so strong.
Yeah, yeah. I think Jackie got into me, and when I did that song, I think Jackie actually got into me, you know.
Yeah.
I guess he's reincarnated in you.
Exactly. I
God!
I really
See,
believe
you still got me going with these chills.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was.
I'm serious. I got chills.
I'm so glad you enjoyed it. You know, I've been wanting to, you know, to let y'all hear it for a long time.
Well, it's time to let it go.
Let it out. And like Bobby was
the
saying,
world. I mean, we need something right now. I mean, there's so much going on in this world.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna try to get some limited edition copies on a 45, but it's expensive, you know.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna start out with the CD, then I'm gonna get the flash drives, you know, and then I'm gonna make some 45s, you know, and make that available to the public.
And maybe with Bobby you can do a collaboration, because he's got connections now. So you want to, you know, put him on that project with you.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean,
and maybe by the time I end, when I start doing the music clearance of the music at the end of my project, maybe it become, you know, part of, you know, my project of me and Dad.
Yeah, sure.
Seriously.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's if you hear the just the music is really a soundtrack, you know.
Yes, it is.
And Horace way back then, he said, man, that's a soundtrack, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just the music, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I always saw it as that too, a soundtrack. Yeah.
That's really.
Oh my gosh.
It was really, really good, man.
Like I said, once I get on the road, once this coming down the line, I'm waiting for an answer for them to fund my project. Thank God. I mean, just hoping that they just come through, like they said, by the end of next week, and things will be rolling on.
It's going to happen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just claim it.
It's way overdue. Way overdue.
Way overdue.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get this life out there. And I'm serious. Not just a documentary. It's like my life. Him telling about my life and Dad. How, you know, how we grew up. How I just. How my siblings and I, we watched our dad on TV, on stage. People loving him around the world.
Yeah.
You know, black, white, pink, yellow.
Right.
Young, old.
His music was colorless and ageless.
Oh,
Yeah.
no doubt about it.
It's like
Yes.
it's like you say, young and old. I remember when I was in my mid-20s, I was working at Lord and Taylor in Manhattan,
Right.
and there was this guy. Yeah, as a matter of fact, the guy looked he looked just like TD Jakes, and but this is before TD Jakes was ever even popular, or you know, I don't even think he was like anybody at that time. But he looked just like him, but anyway, he it surprised me because this is somebody I never even would have dreamed knew anything about Jackie Wilson. And so we were, you know, somehow the discussion, like I say, this is going way back. I'm trying to recall everything, but somehow we started, discussion became about talking about music. And he said, man, these guys out here singing now, man, you know, this is trash we're listening to, man. These guys don't know nothing about singing. It's like, haven't they ever heard about Jackie Wilson? And I was like, what? You know, it took me aback because I would have think that this is somebody who's like in my age range, you know, maybe like a few years older. But I was surprised because I didn't hear too many people in my age range, you know, really talking about Jackie Wilson, you know, anything like that. And he looking at him, he was like the least likely person. I'm like, wow. I was like, man, what do you know about Jackie Wilson? He said, crazy, man. Jackie Wilson, nobody can touch Jackie Wilson.
That's right. That's right.
That really took me aback. So, like you say, Sabrina, you know, he touched everybody.
Everybody.
I was at a show last night at Latoya is doing the tribute, and she was mentioning Dad and their, you know, how Michael learned from him. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I was, and then when after the show, I went back there, you know, and they said, "Oh, I'm Jackie Wilson's daughter." Yes, I am, you know.
Right.
And here's this young man come up to me. He said, "Oh, can I get a picture with you?" He was from Australia.
Wow.
And his girlfriend, I said, "Yes, please take it." He said, "I love your dad's music." And I'm like, "You're kind of young."
They
you know?
love us over there.
Exactly, you know.
That's
So
right.
that's why I want to hurry up and get my project done,
Yeah.
get it out there so the young people can see what Michael saw or anybody seen.
And not only Michael, what El DeBar did his version of Lonely Piano.
Yes.
And so many people.
Michael Bublé, you know,
Michael Bublé. Bublé, right. And what's the other girl name who did Higher and Higher? I can't remember.
Rita Coolidge.
Rita Coolidge.
Let me tell you a story about that. I was doing I'm a production accountant in my business.
Yeah.
And I was working on this movie Dance With Me with Vanessa Williams, Chris Christopherson.
Okay.
And I'm upstairs working because I do the payroll.
Right.
I was upstairs working in my office, and they said, "We got to find someone because we want to use Jackie Wilson's music." And they said, "Oh, his daughter works upstairs. She's the accountant." and they come upstairs. Randall Rhimes was the producer and the director of the film. And they said, "Oh, we would love to do your dad's music." And I'm like, "Okay, you know, blah, blah, blah." And they said, you know, "Can you come to the rehearsal on Saturday?" And I said, "Sure, I'll come." You know, I was picking up some payroll.
Right.
True story. And they said, "Do you dance?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I dance. So I dance with my kids, my mom, and you know, we play around."
Yeah.
And they said, "Would you show Vanessa how to do, you know, the two-step?" And so and I said, "Okay." And so my mom and I were showing them. It was like, here we got these two ladies, you know, showing them how to dance, you know, and swing.
Right.
But then Monday came, and they came up to Randall wants to know if you could come down. We would like to use you in the film. And I said, "Oh, I can't be coming up and down."
Right.
And I said, "My mother, she works. You know, my mother took off from work. She made up some lie to be in this film." I'm like, "We was just going to be extra." We were feature extra. And then when I was talking to Chris Christopherson, he said, "You know, my wife, she could never do justice to your dad's song, but she sure tried." And he told me that, and I thought I would laugh.
Yeah.
Now,
So,
Sabrina.
Thank you.
that was a
Somebody
true story.
said it. Thank
And
you.
all in the movie. If you look at the movie Dance with Me with Vanessa Williams and Cheyenne, it's like I'm doing, and then they played it. They did the scene. We did a party scene in the film, and it was on his birthday,
Wow.
June 9th.
So
This is
Sabrina,
when we shot this.
wow. So let me
And
ask
it
you a
was so,
question.
I'm sorry.
Let me ask you a question. When they asked you, can they use your father's music? Did they pay you?
Hell yeah.
Okay, I get ready to say.
I'm
The woman about her
excuse me, I'm
paper.
so sorry.
All right.
Yes,
now.
they did. Oh,
All
yes.
right. All
And then
right.
that's how I got my SAG
Good.
card.
I know
My
Okay.
mother and I got our SAG. We were extra, but we were featured extra.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
All the director kept telling me, bump into Cheyenne when he tries to dance. And my mother and I dancing, and I'm bumping into him, and he's moving on around in the movie. And it's the party scene.
Oh, I gotta
I'm
check
gonna
this
tell you,
out.
they stopped.
Yeah, right.
They said Sabrina's coming downstairs from her office. Hold this elevator. Nobody gets on it because she's going to go. And I went back up to my office and worked between takes. This is no lie.
What's the name of it, Sabrina?
Dance with me.
Dance
Yeah, I
with
gotta
Me.
check this out.
Okay.
All right.
It was like in 1997 with Vanessa Williams, Cheyenne, Chris Christopherson.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm in that. I'm in the party scene.
So how
Wow.
can we find? Where can we find it at?
You should see it. It's in there.
It's on
Okay.
YouTube.
It could be on Netflix. It could be on Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
you
it's
just type it
Dance
into a
with Me.
search bar. It'll pull up where different
Right.
ways where you can watch it, whether it's Tubi or you gotta buy it or whatever. But it'll
Exactly.
pull up plenty of options.
Okay.
Dance with Me from about 1993. You say 94,
97.
97. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful.
Oh yes, but that's when he was talking about his wife, Rita Coolidge. He said, "Oh, she can never do justice." But there's a
Oh,
lot
I
of
said-
people who have done that, you know.
Oh,
They can't. You can't. That's like some people you just don't try to sing after. Like
No.
Nat King Cole, Jackie Wilson. You just, you just can't.
That's
people
one
got
thing
that
I've
Just
always,
can't. Right, you're right about that.
that's one thing I've always been kind of fond about Jackie's music. His great pop hits, which were based upon different operas and arias and everything.
Yeah.
People redo other people's songs. Don't nobody go and redo Night. Don't nobody go back and do Alone at Last. Nobody go back and do My NPR.
Right,
The
right.
songs that were big hits,
I
Yeah.
don't mean to
those
cut you
white
guys
people
off.
bought,
This,
and nobody
here
go
it
and
is.
redo those
Here it
Jackie
is right
Wilson
here. It's 1998.
songs. Okay.
Okay.
1998.
Either way, we're gonna find it.
Hold on.
I'm gonna
Keep
look
it there.
forward.
Keep it there. Let me solo that.
Beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
But I worked on it and danced in it. My mother and I, we
Oh,
danced in it.
beautiful.
And this is
Wow.
the party scene.
Fantastic.
Wow.
I had a good time with Ron. Oh, yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, I will
There's
be.
two things that I worked on the show, and they wanted my dad's music. Oh, my gosh. There's
Everybody
a TV show called Relativity back in the day. It's like I left that show and went on to do this movie.
That story.
Relativity.
But
that
I'm not
story-
working now. That's why I'm trying to work on my own project because things are slow here in LA.
Right.
Nothing's going through.
Right. Right.
Either you have to go out of the country to work, out of the state. It doesn't matter to me, but it's just no jobs, no movie, no TV shows are working right now. It's
Exactly.
very scarce.
That
Wow.
story you just told, it reminds me of my brother and I. We were going down Broadway one day over by right off of Riverside Drive in Harlem. And we saw this fire in a kerosene drum. And there were these derelicts. There were about 4 of them. And they had this, it was either a cassette player or an 8-track, and they were playing Lonely Teardrops on it, and they were trying to do the Jackie Wilson strut. And me and my brother looked at each other and say, "What?" And it was freezing outside, and we walked over there, And I say, what are you doing, man? He say, man, you're Jackie Wilson, man. You know?
I like that. The Jackie Wilson strut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's what I call this this song here. This is the instrumental. I'm gonna let you hear some of it, okay? To the okay.
Well, I can see a choreographer coming in and putting some steps in there, some tap, some swing. Oh, that'd be nice. Oh,
Yeah. Hey, you!
You don't know the song. I'm on the dance song.
Rock and roll. Hurry up, get away. Cause things will never be the same till the MC calls your name. The star of the show, Jackie, strutting and prancing all around, Mr. Excitement. Yeah.
Do your
right.
thing one more time, oh Danny boy, higher, 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 higher. Yeah, man, that's gonna be awesome.
better watch it, Blaze. Kendrick Lamar or Chris Brown come and steal that, okay? And put their swing to it. You better watch it.
Chris Brown couldn't do that though.
No, he ain't got that. But I can see some young people, you know, we tell them what we want, you know, and they dancing, you know, to that, you know, that they doing the Jackie Wilson strut.
That's what I'm saying. Chris Brown would tear that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. He'd be a good one.
Yeah, I can see
that strut
built around that, you know, where you got these young people doing the Jackie Wilson back there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, me and Bobby or whoever, we are interchanging, you know, with the vocals, you know, and they doing all that dancing. I'm 75.
Even Bruno Mars.
I ain't doing Bruno Mars. I ain't doing all that dancing. You know, they can have all that, you know. You know. Yeah.
Oh man.
But I can see a whole production around that song, you know.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I see it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
envision it, you know.
Horace, he knew Jackie very well, Horace Ott.
Mm-hmm.
And he knew exactly what I wanted, because when I presented it to him, he just listened and he said, I got it. You know, I say, you sure? He said, I got it, man. He said, I worked with Jackie a lot, and he wrote songs for Jackie, you know. And he when he say he had it too. Yeah,
it's like it's kind of like, you know, he arranged it, of course, but in the way he put it together, it's like how the producers today, you know, sample, you know, put things together, you know, the way he arranged it, you know, he had everything coming together almost like how you know they would do with samples, you know.
That's right. With real musicians.
With real musicians, though. Yeah.
He captured
Yeah.
He captured his signature sound. Yeah.
Yeah, because he knew all of his nuances.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, he worked with Jack and he worked with Sam, you know.
Yeah, you can hear it. You can
Yeah. He knew exactly what I wanted, you know.
Like the Motown sound, what was it? The Funk Brothers.
Funk Brothers, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You know what's funny? After when I was always listening to Motown, and I used to hear this jingle. I wanted to know what that jingle was, man. What I knew it was. It was. And then come to find out, it was a damn what do you call it? A tambourine.
Yeah.
That ting ting. I'm like, what was the inside? I could never figure it out until my man said it was a tambourine. Man, I just kept hitting it. I said, man, that was the sound. You take the tambourine out, and it sounds different.
They used to use blocks of wood and anything, you know, out there at Motown. Anything that they could think of
to make noise.
It could be anything, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Tambourine. If you listen to Motown, the first thing you go hear is that tambourine, that jingle.
Right.
Like, what instrument is that? What are they using? Who's doing that? I kept saying so.
It's
That's a Southern thing. That's a Southern thing right there. That's a Southern church thing. Church of God in Christ right there.
Oh,
that's
tambourine.
Right there.
Right. That's right.
Now that's interesting. I never knew that. I never knew that they would take anything.
That's a Southern thing.
Yeah.
Church of God in Christ. Like I grew up in that, and that's what they had. The tambourines was going loose every Sunday, all day.
I didn't know that. That's what how the Motown did it. They just took anything that they could use to make music with.
You remember the song? You remember the song called "Where Did Our Love Go" by the Supremes?
By the Supremes, yeah.
Like the first part of it,
baby,
stomping on a wooden floor. I think it was to get that effect. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. Just creative, creating things,
Wow.
stomping on a wooden floor,
Ain't that something?
Yeah, if you listen to the intro of that, where it sounds like somebody hitting on some wood or something.
Yeah,
that's what that was.
Wow.
Yeah. And Diana come in, baby.
Yeah.
Creative genius, man. Creative genius.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll never forget when I was at the Apollo and it was a Motown review and Stevie Wonder came on there with Fingertips. And man. And I said, this brother, he can't sing. He can sing like that and play all these instruments.
Jackie taught him a lot too.
Yeah, he had the drums, harmonica, and bongos. He played everything. I said, my man was.
He played everything. Jackie Wilson taught Stevie a lot, man. They were on stage together one time,
Yeah.
And out in Detroit. And I commented, I say, young grasshopper, taking notes from the master sensei,
When I first met Stevie, they said, come on, we're going to take you to meet Steve. He was 13.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm just a little bit younger than he is. Right. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm scared. Because he's in the room, and he was just walking, doing this. And I'm like, hi, how you doing? And I'm like, oh, God. So it was fine, but I got nervous, Young girl meeting him,
Yeah, Stevie was wild back then too, boy.
Yes. I love Stevie. I had the pleasure of taking his mother around. I would drive her to church. Me and my mom, we would go to church together.
Wow.
And Stevie was supposed to come with us one Sunday, and my daughter, she was 4 at the time. And we was waiting on him to come to the house, and his mother Lula said, "You're late, Steve." And so he said, "I'm sorry, Mom, I can't go right now." And then my daughter looks up to it and said, "What's wrong with your hair? Can't you see?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, you didn't comb your hair." And so he said, "Yes, I'm blind." So he just told her, but she didn't know. She just said, "You blind or something? You can't see?" Something to your hair. And I'm like, oh God, it was embarrassment. It was all fun.
Wow.
So where we go next, Michael?
So now, basically, you have the song that is also part of the documentary. So talk a little bit about the vision for the song and the documentary.
Okay, now are you talking about the songs that I covered? Jackie song?
The Jackie Wilson, the project, Jackie Wilson, the master of
Oh yeah,
rock and roll. I know you wanted to. Your purpose for today was to honor Jackie Wilson's birthday
right,
and introduce the project to the people
right,
to prep them for that.
right,
So
right.
that's what I'm asking you.
Okay, so this song is going to it's in production as far as the packaging and everything is concerned, and it's going to be in a CD format to begin with. Then we're going to then we're going to the next step is going to be
Hold
probably
on.
probably vinyl. After that, then we're going to go to the flash drive thing, and it's going to be available on all three of those formats. And if the CDs should be available, just stay tuned. It won't be long. I will make that CD available to you all. And I want people to experience everything I was feeling, and everybody who loved Jackie. I'm sure that they can appreciate what I have done with that song, and poured my heart out and my soul into that song on behalf of the greatest entertainer who ever lived, and that's my buddy Jackie Wilson.
And
And
also, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Also, will you have that in digital format for those who just do like
Streaming.
yeah,
Yeah, we're working on that too, so it can be on all digital formats.
beautiful.
Yeah, and I just say stay tuned. It won't be long because we
Okay.
are working on it.
Okay.
Yeah, great. Um, so that's pretty much it in terms of the goal
Hmm.
for the show today. And basically, what we'll do from this point here in is pretty much wrap up, and we'll play the interview after the show um, on a separate stream, but
Okay.
I'll label the stream continuation.
Okay. So now, in that next step, will we present the birthday greetings that everybody presented? Sabrina did one.
Yeah, we'll do all of that. I have to, there's some that came afterwards, so um,
Okay.
get all that together. Then,
Okay.
you know,
Okay. So we're going to present that in another segment.
yeah, but it won't be any interview. It won't be me and you or anything like that. I'll just show it on its own because
Right.
it is its own showing in and of itself. It doesn't need you know
Right.
something
Right.
else. Yeah.
Now, what about the those that song I covered on Jackie, Where's Love, and that other one.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that when we get off the camera.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much it.
Well, just thank you so much for letting me participate in this celebration of the greatest entertainer, as far as I'm concerned, ever lived. And it's only 1 second. That's Sammy Davis Jr. So I put him up in that type of echelon of artists. And I'm so glad I was able to speak with Sabrina again, talk with Bobby, Brother Fierce, and Brother Blase. It's always a pleasure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well,
And
it was glad to have you, and it's funny you mentioned Sammy Davis Jr. And the reason why I say that is because I remember when I first met you, well, you were coming way down the hall, and I said to my pops, I said, and this is when this was one of the showings.
up in Portchester.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Portchester.
Yeah.
And I said to my dad, I said, "Yo, that cat walking down there, he remind me of Sammy Davis Jr."
Yo, and you know what? That's funny because when I was younger, that's what they used to call me, Little Sammy. I said, man, that's hold up. I said, Sammy Davis Jr., the most incredible actor, entertainer in the world. I could never touch him. And then Nat King Cole, they both had TV shows. So I'm seeing this brother, man, tap dance, play every instrument, use the gun, go drums, go on the trumpet.
Oh yeah.
I'm like saying, man, who is this? Sammy Davis. Now,
Sammy was bad.
If you talk about total entertainers, there's nobody can touch him. But when you call it singing and dancing, Jackie got everybody.
Oh man, I tell you.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you, Mikhail, are you ending everything now, or what are we doing?
Okay, that's what I was saying. We're gonna close this segment out, and then we're gonna present the other part separate.
Okay, but is everybody going to stay put?
No, that's what I'm saying. This is done. We're done.
2.5 hours or 2 hours and 45 minutes.
This is done. I got. My wife is kind of upset right now. She didn't know it was gonna go that long.
So
your dad can go all day and all night and all day and all night. You know that?
Not at all. I'm just trying to.
He'll never take a rest.
No, I just.
It was good to see you.
No, I just don't want. I just don't want anybody to miss what we didn't cover. That's my question.
Everything everybody's gonna see the other part. I said we could talk about that. Off the screen,
off camera,
on the phone.
But I want to say I'm going to thank you very much for being a part of this and helping me celebrate my dad's birthday, because I truly wanted to be in Detroit this year, but time didn't let me be there. But next year, and I want to say I'm glad that I welcome you into my home.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, just my legs are not just up to par today.
It's okay.
It's like that sometimes.
But I just want to say thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure having you.
So good to have you.
And bringing us into your wonderful home.
Thank you so much. I just want to show, if you can see, but you'll see in the video, this is on my staircase, my dad's. My thing to my dad up here.
Jumping Jack. I love that one in the middle there. I love that.
Oh yeah. That's the video that you did last night.
Yes.
On those stairs.
And I just wanted to show all of this.
Beautiful home.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's a gallery, right? Beautiful.
My family, my mom, my godmother.
Yeah.
All right.
That's me and Marshall.
Fantastic.
But I just want to say thank you guys.
Oh,
and
you're
I love
quite
you.
welcome.
And you guys stay safe. Will, you stay safe, okay?
I love you. You take care of yourself.
And hopefully I'll be able to come to Cleveland and see you guys there, okay?
Beautiful.
I just love you so much.
Likewise.
Love everybody.
Yeah, we love
Likewise.
you.
Love you too.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care, guys. Okay.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
All righty. Yeah.
All right, man. So I'm glad I got on the Zoom call. You know what I'm saying? I was determined, get on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You were, and
Yes,
you
did a great job.
yeah, absolutely, man. We're glad you got on, Paul.
Oh
yeah.
Kwaku.
Kwaku.
Oh yeah. Well, listen, man. Y'all take care. Love y'all. And we'll
Love you
talk
too,
soon.
man.
Yeah, everybody take care, man. Blase, I'm gonna
Yeah,
holler
Big
back at you, my
Will.
brother.
Big Willie. Big
I
Willie
said,
style.
thank y'all so
Yeah.
much for inviting me. Like I said, hearing all these experiences, stories, all these things, new reveals. It was a blessing for me today.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate being invited to partake in this, man. It's a
Oh,
pleasure
yeah.
meeting you, Mr. Griffin. Like I said, the stories, the connections, the validity that you add to the things that you're saying, just makes all this more special. So thank you
Thank you,
all.
my
And like I
brother.
said, I hope y'all all
Thank
have a
you.
great rest of your weekend, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
too, my
likewise.
How you
Likewise.
doing?
So Will, you're gonna put this on your thing on your.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to, like I said, I'll get all the link and everything. So, but like I said, I'm guessing you're going to put it on YouTube. So this is on YouTube.
This is live on YouTube right now.
Okay, see, I'm
Yeah.
sure I already follow you, so I'll just find it on there, and then I'll transfer it into on the Jackie page here as soon as I get off.
So for the viewers, tell them your website and everything, your Facebook.
I've got a small but very active fan page called Jackie Wilson Music and Memories.
Yes, sir.
It's on Facebook. It's very easy to find, very easy to join. All you gotta do is name a Jackie Wilson song and abide by the rules, and you're in. So, like I said, please check it out. Like I said, and if you have any stories to share, please join and share them quickly. I love hearing all the stories. Like I said, I live through them.
Yeah, Will is a connoisseur, man.
To say the least.
You want to know something about
for 41 years.
You want to know something about Jackie?
Yeah, I can see them on Facebook.
Where do you live?
I'm in Huntsville, Alabama.
Wow.
Oh, my cousin is down there. I got a cousin in Huntsville. A little bit outside Huntsville. There's a town. There's a town outside of Huntsville.
Hazel Green, Meridianville, Harvest,
Harvest.
Madison, Harvest. Yeah,
Harvest.
That's about 12 miles. Harvest is probably 6 miles
Harvest.
from me.
Yeah,
I live in Madison. Yeah, that's a beautiful
Harvest,
area
Alabama.
there.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
Fantastic.
All right, my brother. So stay strong.
Yeah, likewise.
Take care, fellas. Like I said, God bless y'all. Love y'all. I'll get everything from you, and like I said, I'll just find and I'll get back with you, Blase, on the rest of the stuff as far as anything else I get as far as new videos from Grady or anything.
Okay, yeah. So all of those is gonna come later, right, Michael?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All righty.
All right, fellas. Y'all take care, man. God bless y'all. Take care, brother.
God bless you.
Now.
Be in touch.
Likewise. God bless.
God bless. Will. All right.
So I'm gonna close out now. I'm gonna put you well, you could just log out. I'll call you and hit you up, and I'm gonna close out the show officially.
Okay, so let me see how I'm gonna log out.
Just click where it says leave studio. I should be able to. I'll do it for you. I'm gonna put you backstage now.
Okay.
All right, folks. Yeah, it was a real powerful show, interview, and build. Okay. I told you I had a treat for you. I told you I had surprise guests for you. So for those who were able to make it, I thank you so much for joining. And it's we're gonna have this is not the final show. There's going to be a continuation, except it will be without the panel. It'll be aired. It should be later on today. Okay. So stay tuned. I'll put in my post on the channel when we're gonna air the second part. Okay? So, all right. Take care. And I'm gonna sign out now. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell and also comment. This helps with the algorithm of the show, and it helps to get the show out to more people. Okay. And for those who are generous enough to leave a donation, okay, I have the information up here where you can leave a donation via Cash App, PayPal. Okay. It's right there on the screen. Okay. And, any amount, let me make sure that's, yeah, it's there. So any amount is appreciated. There's no amount too small, definitely no amount too great. Okay. And let's see, did I cover everything so far? Let me just make sure. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I covered everything. All right, then. So without further ado, I'm going to say peace.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.